If you're like me, you find it very hard to keep your dick dry. I left my dick unprotected and it was warped out of shape in no time. I could barely recognize my own dick. Imagine that. Then I discovered Schaefer's New Zealand style dick sealant. The best way to take care of your dick in 3 easy steps. First, wash your dick with soap and water. Then, wait for your dick to dry. Once your dick is clean and dry, paint your dick with Schaefer's dick sealant. I used to be too embarrassed to invite people over to see my dick. But now, my dick's the talk of the town. I even have pictures of my dick. Check out that dick. I'm going to send this to my secretary. Barbara always loves to receive my dick pics. After all, summertime is all about spending time on your dick. I'll often have 20 to 30 people on my dick at once. That can really wear your dick out, causing dick splinters and discoloration. But with Schaefer's dick sealant, my dick stays a nice golden brown colour. Who wouldn't want a golden dick? I used to never let children anywhere near my dick. My dick was too dangerous for kids to play on. But it seems like every kid in the neighbourhood's been on my dick this summer, and they've all had a good time. My dick's over 70 years old, but it looks brand new. That's part of the reason all my neighbours are jealous of my dick. Isn't that right, Jim?
Yes, you've got a nice dick, okay?
His wife is always on my dick, begging me to know the secret of my perfect dick. If you like Schaefer's dick sealant, check out Schaefer's New Zealand style cock. I had a huge hole in my dick, but I fixed it by jamming some cock in it. You'd be surprised how many things you can fix by jamming cock into them. Have an extra large hole in your dick? Try Schaefer's African style cock. Just go to your local home improvement store and ask for the big black cock. Schaefer's New Zealand style dick sealant. Don't put it on your penis. There's also a helpful number on the back. Hi, I've got a question about my dick. Schaefer's New Zealand style. Hey, get that squirrel off my dick. He knows he's not allowed to come on my dick.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Casual Rage 30. First monetization stream, and most likely after that, going to be my demonetization stream. Hello, everyone. Hello, everyone, and welcome. Thank you all for being here. I hope you all enjoyed that. I could see Lyndon in the background just pissing himself laughing. I told you, man. You'll laugh. It's so funny. Kiwis. Fucking Kiwis. It's Deck, all right, YouTube? Deck. Anyway, let's say hello quickly to our panelists. And everyone, thank you again for being here. This is an awesome occasion, and I'm very excited. So, Lyndon, how are you doing, man?
Fucking awesome, bro. We both got monetized within like a day of each other. It's amazing.
Yeah, it is pretty cool. And you did your stream, which you got a few super chats on, which is pretty cool.
Thank you,
well done. Well done. Very well deserved. So thank you again for coming. Sir. Thank you. Stig, how you doing, my friend? Stig Kenobi, everyone.
I'm doing quite well.
That's good. Can you give me a hello there for my monetization stream?
Hello there.
That's better. How you doing? How's things going with your channel? Getting your top fives out?
I did one a while ago.
Mm-hmm.
Had Mora in it. She's still not pleased about that.
Yes. Tim, open airlock policy. How you doing, my friend?
Oh, not bad. Just another busy week, and I'm fucking pissed that I haven't been able to get any videos out because working 11, 12 hours a day, and then we have some other streams and some personal stuff going on. So, but I've been writing the script though. 1,000 words so far. It's going to be like a 45-minute long documentary. So,
is that like a expanded university video?
No, it's not. That's what's going to be crazy about it. It's good. It's something that's going to fill the void that someone kind of in our community stopped doing. So I think people are going to enjoy it.
Okay.
So well, everyone, can't wait to get it out.
That's going to be cool. I've got a couple of. I've got a couple of scripted videos that I'm working on that I can't wait to get out. But yes, and we've of course got Greg, Tuscan Bob, or Lost Jedi 22. How you doing, my friend?
Good morning. Congratulations, sir.
Thank you very much. I must
just
admit,
here really to talk about the producer's cut.
The producer's cut. That's right. This is my producer, everyone. If you're new to the channel, I know I've got a couple of new people. But Greg has been very influential in helping my channel grow. No, that's dead serious. Dead serious. You've been very helpful, and man, I can't thank you enough. and I'm glad you're here. So thank you.
Oh, happy to be here. I see Daniel's using super chats as a way to spam.
Yes. All right. Well,
It's like a stripper thing. He's putting singles.
He's making it rain.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not used to all the super chat things, so let me get before we even started. According to Christy, sent me a 99-cent poop emoji. So thank you very much, Christy. She was my 300th subscriber, and now she's my first super chat. So 2 things that I'll never forget. So that's pretty cool. So thank you, Christy. I don't know if she's in the chat now or will be. Why am I hearing playback? Can anyone else hear that?
Yeah, I can.
I don't think it's me.
It's not me. Sorry, guys.
Well, it's not
Anyway.
me. I'm using a headset.
Oh, that was you, Greg. It's something that, because as soon as you muted, I can't hear it anymore. Anyway, speaking of Greg, he sends a $5 super chat and says, congrats and thank you again. You didn't have to do that. You knew that you would do something like that, but thank you very much. I appreciate it. And of course, Daniel, he sends 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 $1 super chats, and he sends us $7.99 and says, making it rain. So thank you.
That was my phone in the other room.
Oh, was it?
Playing the stream.
I used to make it rain on Ryan's streams in the early stages of me sending super chats. So awesome. Thank you, Daniel. And of course, we have Tim, and I'll actually do this for you, Tim. Hold on.
But how much is it for?
It's for $5.50.
Oh, come on. Say it like Lethal.
How does Lethal say it?
It's $5.50.
$5.50?
I always do it at 50, so I can hear him say that.
$5.50. So thank you very much, Tim. He says, fuck off, Disney! You fucking cunts!
Yes!
7 minutes in, and we've played a very funny... You know what? I should probably go on my back screen and just check to see if I'm being monetized, because it probably has happened.
It doesn't matter.
I don't care. It's awesome. It's not about this. Wow, we got a fair few coming through. Well, let me say hello to some of the other people that came in that were above that. We had Brian King. Thank you very much, Brian, for being here. Christian, Daniel, Blake. Yes, it is going to get demonetized very, very quickly. Michael, Michelle, I don't know. I'm not too sure. Thank you again for being here. Michelle?
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Echo Watt, morning. Good morning, sir. Ma'am, I don't know. You never know these days, do you?
That's the way you say it. Oh, ma'am.
You never know. You never know. Making it rain. And then we had Crazy Cat Guy says, woo! Congratulations on monetization on your channel. Thank you very much, Crazy Cat Guy. He's been a subscriber from very early days and been here for lots of streams and everything. I think Daniel sent another $1. Crazy Cat Guy sends a super sticker, but it's actually got no. Oh, that's right. It's got nothing here. Can anyone else see what that is?
Good job.
Thank you, Crazy Cat Guy. Appreciate that.
It's a cat.
And that's for $5. I need to say how much they're for, right? And that was for $5 too. So thank you, Crazy Cat Guy. Getting used to this. This is weird. And we also had Miss Martin Muses. Teresa, congratulations with all the roses. Thank you so much. Another great supporter. And I really do appreciate you. You're supposed to dance for me when I throw money at you. Well, you made it rain. I don't have my G-string on. Sorry, Daniel.
Oh,
wow.
So he has one.
Oh. Yes, I was going to say, we know for sure he has at least one.
Brian's seen a very early stream with Ryan that we did. So we're not doing that ever again. Go away, Rhino. We want Charles. Well, speaking of Charles, and also Soulshade has been awesome. I will say that. He's sorry, I'm just trying to do something. He's he made my t-shirt, the Narratives Fuck t-shirt, which is really awesome. And he also clipped this out of my last video, which I had to share with you all. If you hadn't seen it, I laughed my head off when I saw it. Let me just share my screen here. I thought this was great because I didn't even notice. Of course, through all the editing and everything that you do when you're making a video, you don't notice anything like this. I will say that. So just watch. He blows it up.
I understand that they want a connected universe. I get that. But you don't have to have every character showing up in every fucking thing so that it's like, look. You don't need to do that. Just tell a good fucking story and you'll be fine. So they want to obviously use this to tell a bit of backstory for Fennec Chan. That's all it is.
I love it. It's so good. It's so good. Thank you. Thank you for making that. That was really cool. All right. Well, before we actually get into the topics and everything that we're going to talk about, I see everyone in the chat. George, I haven't gone through everyone. Matthew, Jet Sparks, thank you. Charles the Cat. Yes.
The wonderful, wonderful cat.
Yes. All this money can spend on food for me. Where is he?
Oh, he followed me on Twitter this morning. I was quite happy.
Yeah. And you know what I actually noticed is that picture is a picture that's taken from, it's either my Facebook or my Instagram. I don't know where exactly that photo is from. And he's put a hat on Charles. It's actually Charles. I didn't think it was at the beginning. Yeah. And what up, all? Thank you, everyone in the chat, for being here. So before we get into it, I just wanted to talk and again say thank you to everyone for all the support. It's been an awesome year, and to get to monetization within a year, which has been it's honestly been humbling and awesome. So thank you, everyone. I basically started the channel to I noticed a lot more channels coming out and talking about Star Wars and how bad it's all going and everything, and I just wanted to sort of throw my hat in the ring and give my 2 cents on the whole thing. And it's sort of, I didn't really think anything of it. I didn't think too many people were going to watch. And it sort of grew, got to that 100 subscribers. And that was a grind, as I think it is for everyone. It was for you too, wasn't it, Lyndon? That first 100, I think for everyone, even Tim.
Oh, man. Yeah.
No. I had 100 before I even put on content.
Yeah, well, that's different for you, Stig. Screw you. Yeah, it was a real grind to get to that first 100, and then you sort of start gaining a little bit of momentum, and it's very, very small momentum, but you're gaining it, and it's really cool to see the progression in it. And I put out my tweet and I said it was never about the money, and it still isn't about the money. It's about wanting better entertainment, not just better Star Wars. I think it's infiltrated the problems that we have in entertainment right now is infiltrated so many genres of entertainment. We've had a thing with Star Wars again. I know it's Star Wars, but with a comic book this week, and we're going to get into that with the non-binary trans Jedi that they've got. It's infiltrating all forms of entertainment. So that's why I wanted to basically start my channel. Lyndon, what was it for you? Again, we've both just been monetized very early on, very close together, I should say. What was it for sort of you in regards to why did you want to start a channel? What was it?
Well, I've said it before, but I was just sitting back watching everyone. I'm like, fuck it. I just gonna go do it myself because I think I can add something to it. And then I started off with Star Wars, obviously, because that's pretty much where I think a lot of us start with, because we were so pissed off with the fucking destruction of that. And then it's like, oh, it's not just Star Wars. It's fucking everything's going down. And then when you start to realize that, you're like, oh man, nah, this is bigger than just fucking Star Wars, man. So just had to put out more and more on that and fucking keep grinding. Plus I got my footy stuff, which I've been doing the whole last year and this year. So
that's been good too.
Yeah.
That's been sort of good because as well, having that American audience come and watch, and they sort of start getting a little bit more interested. I mean, we know and watch the basketball. We know and watch the NFL. It's nice to have some people that you can sort of sit there and explain all of this to, although it can sometimes be hard. But yeah, what was it for you, Tim? Why did you want to sort of start a channel?
Well, You know, how can I say this without sounding too full of myself? Like, I'm good at a lot of things, but outside of work, like, what am I good at? You know, like nerd stuff. And it's like, man, I wish I had known about this 4 or 5 years ago and I could have been further ahead than I am. But it's like, wow, I can talk about this stuff because I know what I'm talking about, you know, and maybe entertain some people, especially during the virus lockdown era. And a lot of people have reached out and said, hey, man, like, keep making these, and I enjoy the videos and live streams and all that. So it's kind of nice to do that. I'm not in it for the money. I'm in it for a shitload of money. No, but it's not even that. I just want to make enough to where I can sit here at my desk and work on this stuff and have someone take care of my stuff outside and inside the house. So, because it's really hard when you're trying to make a video and get your house cleaned and get your lawn mowed and all that type of shit. So that's what I'm in it for. And that's not really that much money, you know, to pay someone to do that. But I like doing it. It's stuff I know about. I have references I can look at. So why not? You know, it's been amazing. It's been fun. I feel like doing it, I'm the one that is getting something out of it more than the viewers, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I've definitely got that feeling too. Like, I'm getting a lot out of just being able to filter my emotions for you know, and I mean, people see how I go off about Star Wars and things like that, but it's a good way for me to just filter that anger that I've sort of got towards it, for want of a better word, you know. But yeah, the proof of like how good your content is in the amount of subscribers that you've gained in such a small space of time. You can
lots of promotion too, though.
Yeah, but it's still a credit to your content, because people will come, and yes, some might just subscribe because they were asked to subscribe, but you're going to get people that come and subscribe and then watch your content, and they're going to want to stay because your content is good enough for that. Before we keep moving forward, I'll just get this one. $5 from Beagles Mets. Thank you, Beagles. This is worth less than $2 American now. Fuck taxes and Google. Yeah, I know. That's horrible, isn't it? And Jack of all casuals just quickly asked if there's any way to direct donation. I'm going to set up a Streamlabs like everybody else. I haven't yet, so at this point in time, no, unless you wanted to send a PayPal or something like that. But you don't get to make a comment. You know,
it's a little confusing, Rhino. So if you do it, let us know. And it took me an hour and a half. It's so confusing on Streamlabs. So let us know if you need help.
Yeah, okay. And again, I'm a big boomer, so that's why it hasn't been set up yet. But no, look, again, it's not about the money. So even I understand people don't want to give Google that amount of money, and I completely get it. So don't if you don't want to, but it honestly doesn't bother me, because it's not really about that. And Daniel, of course, says congratulations, by the way, Rhino. Sorry, I got to really catch up a bit on the chat. So Stig, what was it for you? I know that, you know, you don't really talk about, you know, your channel all that much, and you're like, don't come and subscribe to me because then I need to do another top 5. But, you know, obviously there was something behind wanting to create the channel and at least being able to get out there, maybe. I'm not sure. What was it for you?
Peer pressure.
But you like talking about Star Wars, and, you know, obviously having some sort of channel helps get on, like, you know, you met Alora through.
Yeah, well, what happened was I just the Last Jedi happened, and I came across some channels, and I was in the chat, and they just pestered me into popping onto the stream, right?
Yeah.
Which is when I got Twitter, because they had to send Hangout links through Twitter.
Yeah. So I'm just laughing.
And then, like, all kinds of other people started asking me on, and that's really it. I never planned on doing anything. I was just, they just dragged me on.
Yeah. Well, I like talking to you about Star Wars because you do have a vast knowledge of the EU as well, and you can kind of bounce off that a little bit with, especially with the garbage that they're coming out with at the moment. And it's a breath of fresh air for me, really, being able to read the EU and then, of course, talk to you about it and even talk to Tim about it. Greg, I know that you sort of started your channel and you're not really doing it really much anymore. But initially, what was it? What when you did do it, what was it for you that made you want to sort of get your voice out there or talk about certain things?
The delusion that it would actually make a difference, and it doesn't. So I stopped.
Yeah, fair enough. There you go, everyone. We don't make a difference at all in what we're doing. But no, again, it's been good to be for Greg and I. It was pretty much, and I think we've talked about this a fair bit, but there might be some people in the chat that haven't heard this, but we started talking in the backstage of Ryan's Discord after his streams, and he'd go off and he'd do his Mario Kart stream, and it'd be me, Greg, and Jeff just sitting in that back room, just talking for hours on end. It was a lot of fun, and they were great conversations, and I kind of wish to this day we had have actually captured a lot of those conversations, recorded.
Oh,
or
I don't
otherwise.
know. I'm sure we said some things that we.
We probably did, but yeah.
Game Awards.
Yeah. There was probably a few, yes, but again, it was a lot of fun, and it got to a point where we were like, why don't we just sort of set up a stream? And then, of course, we had the Raging Geek Jedi show, which is now turned into the High Ground over on Jeff's channel. And, you still do a lot of executive producing work for both myself and Jeff. So it's been a real help for us. And being able to go through this journey with you in that way has been pretty cool. So thank you again. But I feel like we can...
I enjoy doing it. It's not that I don't like... I didn't stop my channel because I hate this and everything. It's just... the burnout when it comes to talking the Star Wars, Star Trek stuff, it's just not as into it anymore, I guess. I'm just kind of I've now passed acceptance, and I just don't even really care that much anymore.
Yeah.
I mean, it's irretrievably, irrevocably broken.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how you could possibly rescue any of these franchises at this point. So,
Well, yeah, you're absolutely right. I can't see a way out. I don't see any light at the end of the tunnel for any of them. It's just now a matter for me in regards to covering sort of Star Wars and just pointing out the outpoints and the destruction parts that they keep doing.
It's point and laugh time. I mean, it's beyond getting upset about. And
I can still get pretty upset.
I can't. I'm at the point now where it's I actually want it to be as bad as it possibly can be.
Yeah,
so I'm actually loving what's going on.
What's going on at the moment?
I think it's fantastic. You can't. They can't seem to dig fast enough, and I'm just let me get you a new shovel here.
Yeah,
keep digging. Keep wrecking it, because for the people that are hanging on or like the stuff, I want their hearts broken.
Yes.
Well, I'm kind of.
I want to see them break.
I'm kind of with you because, again, we got that Luke Skywalker moment, and it seemed to fix everything. And I've got another point to make tonight in regards to that, which we will get into very soon, guys. But I just wanted to sort of go through this and just ask these questions because it's been pretty awesome. And speaking of awesome, Jeff is here. Geek Blend, how you doing, my friend?
Oh, good morning.
Good morning,
sir, on your monetization.
Thank you, my friend.
Job, man.
Yes.
We were just super happy for you.
We were just talking about how.
Hey, for you, Lyndon.
Yeah, that's cool.
Oh yeah, Lyndon. Congrats.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you. Oh, Jesus fucking Christ.
You guys,
the Gilf. Here comes the Gilf chubby.
Don't you fucking...
And we got Dictator Dan, of course, had to come to my stream with an $8 super chat and says, "Congratulations on monetization, Raging Ringo. Don't forget to pay my income tax." Yes. Well, I'm paying so much tax right now. Who knows?
But yeah,
You're probably taking all of it anyway. How you doing, Jeff?
I'm doing all right, man. Doing all right. Sorry, I woke up a little bit late. Was up a little bit late, but we're good.
That's
we're good
all
to
right.
go. We're good to go.
That's all right. No, thanks for coming by.
But yeah, man.
we were just talking. So I've got a question. I've just been asking these guys this question. What was it for you that made you want to start the channel, and what was, because you started about 3 years ago, right?
2016 is when I started, actually.
2016. Wow.
Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah.
So you've been going for nearly 5 years.
Yeah. I took a couple breaks in between because I had a sales job where I couldn't do anything but that. So I took a bit of a break. But yeah, it was just, I was talking about it all the time, this kind of stuff. And my wife was like, you know what? You need a place to talk about it. Because at the time we were living up north, we didn't have a lot of friends up there. And I was like, you know what? Yeah. So I just kind of started talking on the YouTube channel, and that's where it came from. But yeah, actually I should have started it years before that. But I just wanted to get my opinion out there, basically. That's what it was. Mm-hmm.
Oh, fair enough. I think it's been sort of the same for all of us.
Yeah.
And again, for you, Lo, like you started your channel, excuse me, around when all this woke stuff sort of started, 2016.
Yeah.
Well, it was a bit before that, but it really started to become prevalent in 2016, I think, and more noticed. But yeah, again, for me, Greg and Jeff, it was all about sitting in that room, and it was for days. It was literally days, guys. I'd finish work, and these guys would still be awake, and it would be like Discord, and Discord, yep. And we'd go into Discord and just talk for hours on end, and it was a lot of fun. And that's where the streams got invented from. So yeah,
that was a blast.
It was. Thank you guys again for all of that, and everyone on the panel and everyone in the chat. You're all awesome. Thank you. Again, this is a new experience. I'm sweating like a motherfucker because I'm just nervous, and I don't know why. This is my 30th stream on my channel.
30. No kidding.
Yeah, Crazy Rage 30.
Oh man.
Monetization on 30. You know, there was a couple of breaks in between, so it's been nearly a year, I think. But yeah, Jack of all casuals says, "Here's the money." There's my producer credit. Well, yes. All right. Let's get into. We got Stunning and Brave Megatron. Ryan's in the house. Thank you, Ryan. Again, I don't know what the super sticker is.
It's a little doggo. It says good job.
Thank you, Ryan. Dude, I appreciate everything that Ryan's done for me as well. He's assisted me when I've asked him for certain articles and stuff that I know that he's spoken about, and he's sent them to me in DMs. He gave me a shout out on Friday Night Tights. And I've been subscribed to Ryan since he was doing like the Geeks and Gamers hater streams with Jeremy. Like all of that's like, it's been a fun journey watching Ryan grow. It's been fun growing myself, and it's been awesome to have somebody like that in my corner and helping. So again, Ryan, thank you so much, dude. I appreciate everything.
Well, and not without sounding like I'm too full of shit, but he was probably the thing that said, yeah, I'm going to try a channel, because I started watching him in March of last year because I found him in these Star Wars book groups on Facebook. And, you know, it's like, man, this guy has a lot of good stuff to say. And here's the thing. I didn't give a fuck about Naughty Dog, but once I started learning what they were doing, I'm like, I really want to hear all these videos because it's bullshit what they're doing. So he's one of a kind. So
he really is. He really is. And yeah, it's awesome. And it's awesome being able to stream with him. Again, some of our early streams, we ended up twerking and shit. It was just stupid shit. But again, Ryan, thank you so much. And of course, we got Lyndon's mum in the house. She sends the biggest super chat.
Let me fan myself here.
That's such a great picture. For $39. Congratulations on monetization to my favorite YouTuber. I'm blushing. Thank you so much. Keep up the great work, Rhino, with a kiss. Thank you, Lyndon's mum. That one was just for you. And Lyndon's gone. He hit himself. He can't stand it anymore. He can't stand it anymore. That's so funny. All right, let's get into it. The first thing that we're going to talk about tonight is Gina Carano and what happened this week with that former US Senator. What's her name?
Heidi the Hut.
Yes, Heidi the Hut.
All right. This is probably another video that's going to get me this video demonetized, but it's probably already demonetized. Anyway, here we go. We're going to watch this. I think we've all already seen it. It came out a few days ago. I was going to do a video on it, but I got caught up with a few things this week and wasn't able to put out that many. Oh, I've also got a video coming out in approximately 2 hours' time about these non-binary characters, so you can look out for that in a couple of hours.
Oh, really nice.
But let's give this a quick watch. We're not going to watch like the whole thing. We'll just get up to the points that we need to, and then we'll stop. But here we go.
I like this picture. Who was the woman in the Mandalorian? What did she do? She liked something?
She was a Nazi.
Oh, that's different, right? I'm thinking.
I just want to pause it. You know what I hate about this is how nonchalantly she says it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like, and then she laughs.
Oh, she's a Nazi. Like it's a casual fucking thing to say that.
Yeah.
And the thing to remember here is this is not like a senator from California or New York. This is from Middle America. So, just the fact that you can have a senator from a state that you would kind of view as a moderate state saying something like this is pretty frightening and disheartening.
Yep.
Because I know that doesn't represent the majority of the... Yeah, well, exactly. But that doesn't represent the majority of the opinions of the residents of North Dakota.
Anyone else got anything to say? No, we'll keep going.
Well, if you think about it, though, the one of the worst things you can be is a Nazi, right? A full-blown Nazi, and she's calling someone a Nazi willy-nilly. That's pretty fucking low.
Yeah.
Well, wasn't Gina Carano cancelled for essentially what they think was doing exactly what she's doing?
Yeah.
Yes.
You know what I mean? It's like, again, the hypocrisy of it all is just like, wow.
Oh yeah, shock, double standards.
Oh, double, yeah, exactly. But
oh no.
Anyway,
she's a white. She's involved with white supremacy.
You're calling her.
She's called other people Nazis.
Right,
so
which
she's the Nazi.
Okay, everyone's a Nazi now.
Yeah.
Straight after she said that comment about she's involved with people in white supremacy, she I reckon she shit herself because then she says this, obviously.
With white supremacy.
It's like a Mel Brooks.
Does?
Yeah.
Hangs with white.
I suppose I'm now subject to defamation.
I don't know. I mean,
yeah, you are.
Yeah.
No, not really.
What do you mean? I'm now subject to defamation. Yeah. Yeah, it's fucking defaming her on national fucking calling her a Nazi and involved with white supremacists. You gotta prove that, bitch. You gotta fucking prove that.
Well, no reasonable person would actually assume that she's a member of the Nazi party. See, that's the thing. Is like defamation lawsuits aren't exactly an easy victory.
Yeah, I know. But white supremacists,
yes, it's defamatory in like, I guess in the common sense, but like legally, probably not. There's not much to go on because again, you could just say, well, she's a public figure, and no reasonable person would assume that she's actually a member of the the Nazi party.
Yeah.
Well, it can affect her possible sponsors or
Yeah, but see, calling somebody a name isn't necessarily defamatory.
No,
like,
but
how do you prove? But also, too, how do you prove that comment was the comment that meant that she didn't get that job?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? How do you?
Especially considering she's already gotten fired prior to all that stuff. So, like,
yeah.
Well, the biggest bit there is that she claims she's hanging out with white supremacists.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that's
what, Ben Shapiro, a fucking Jew? Get out of here.
Mm-hmm. A Jew who's married to a black woman.
It certainly is a stupid statement. Like, certainly, but like. Could a legal actions result of it? Probably not.
Well, how else do we fucking hold these people that just throw these shit terms out?
I would take her to court anyway just to make her spend the money. Because Gina has more money than she does.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, you could do that. You could drag it out and do things like that. And it really depends. Like, what state do you sue them in? Do they have anti-SLAPP? Where you could end up paying the legal fees of the other party if it's
I just slapped that bitch
if it's defeated.
Yeah.
So it's not so easy, and like we learned that it's not so easy because look at the high profile cases that have already been out there, right? You had your boy Zach's lawsuit which is tortious interference and defamation and stuff like that. Yeah. And it they dragged it out in court to the point where Zach just kind of gave up on the lawsuit and it went nowhere. Didn't win anything. You got Vic Mignogna's lawsuit is still pending an appellate because he lost at trial court level. His lawsuit was defeated by anti-SLAPP. So all these things, like you could say, yeah, it's wrong, it's not right, and how do you hold them accountable? Well, you hold them accountable by calling them out. You fight speech with more speech.
And that's exactly what Gina did, right? Can anyone find that tweet? Can anyone bring that up for me, please?
No, I don't follow her.
Which one? Oh,
I didn't. I should have brought it up before I started. I got all these tabs open, but I didn't even think of grabbing that one, and I don't know where.
There you go.
Awesome. You want to read that? What is she?
Here we have more of the dehumanizing phase of cancel culture. Repeat lies over and over until the population takes them as truth. False, disturbing, and disgusting language coming from a former U.S. senator. False. Right there. First one. That's what you got. So the statement isn't true.
Well, that second sentence, I completely believe. People who chronically lie like that, they tend to continue lying to the point where the lie becomes a reality. They actually truly believe that lie is real.
She's a fucking.
That's the whole point of these campaigns on Twitter and things like that, is that express purpose. Is associate the two words together. Associate Gina and Nazi, and you keep repeating it and repeating it and repeating it until you can't think of one without the other, and that's the whole basis for that, those that blog website or whatever, that whole thing. That's the whole point. It's effective.
Yeah. Now, I also want to just give a shout out to YetiCast, who clipped that and obviously saw it before anyone and put it out there for everyone to see. So yeah, just a quick shout out to him. I've watched a couple of his videos and some of them are pretty funny. So go and check those out.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I like YetiCast.
Skimitar, thank you. What is that? 4,000 Huff.
Hungarian.
That's Hungarian.
Hungarian.
It's about
Hungarian.
$13 Hungarian.
Thank you very much for that. He says, congratulations on monetization, Rhino. And let's jump into hyperspace from the atmosphere. I've brought with me a couple of colored changing lightsabers and many more civil wars await us. Thank you very much for that. I appreciate it. Trying to trigger me. The law. Yeah.
Oh my God.
And
Fantastic.
we've also got another one from the Geek Blend. Thank you, Jeff. I appreciate it, buddy. Congratulations, mate. Really glad to have met you and enjoyed this journey. Sorry. Onwards and upwards. So thank you.
Yep.
You'll have to excuse me, people, because I do have a pretty bad form of dyslexia. So I do replace words and things like that. So if I fuck it up, I fuck it up. All right. Well, with this whole Gina thing, I find it funny though now that this has got nothing to do with Lucasfilm. It's got nothing. It's just the fact that it's Gina Carano and she is standing up, which is awesome. She still will not kneel, but it's really good. There just needs to be more people, I think, that stand up with her, and I don't think that's going to happen anytime soon. Personally,
No.
Well, you look at what Heidi is. What's she? She is a contributor to ABC News. ABC is backed by Disney. Very curious that she's coming out saying all this shit right after Disney fires her.
Lennon with the scoop.
And it actually takes me into my whole next point. Let me share this. So obviously, Gina Carano gets fired. Everything that sort of starts coming out starts getting ratioed, and if we open up even the most recent one, other than the Bad Batch trailer, that's a horrible picture to pause on. It's been ratioed, so it's 2.1 upvotes to 2.1 upvotes to 9.8 downvotes, and it's all Gina Carano quotes and Forbes quotes. Right? It just goes pages and pages and pages of it. right? Now, I just want to go back to... I want to get off that. Let's go to the one before that.
Not off on
Yeah,
that.
I bet you get off on that.
The one before that, we got 1.7 up to 9.2 down, and again, Gina and Forbes quotes, and it's just pages and pages and pages of it.
Don't worry, YouTube's going to take care of their well-being and hide the dislike votes.
They are going to do that. Obviously, we've seen that they're going to be bringing that out, but while we've still got the option to look, we're going to. So this is one of the trailers for the characters for the High Republic. 2.2 up to 14,000 down. And again, what do we got? All Gina Carano and Forbes quotes.
Yeah, wrecked.
Yeah. If we go to the Bad Batch trailer, we got now. Granted, there is a hell of a lot more views on this trailer than there is on all those other shitty videos. But even still, we've got 86,000 upvotes to 6.9 downvotes. And I honestly thought that I would see a whole heap of Gina Carano quotes and Forbes quotes, but there's nothing.
Well, I called it a month ago.
Shock.
That as soon as the Bad Batch happens, people are going to stop standing with Gina and they're going to stop canceling Disney Plus.
Stig, you picked it before I did. I gave everybody too much credit. I thought it was going to be the Obi-Wan series. Everyone's going to crawl back so much sooner than I even thought, and it's sickening, to be honest.
You know, we saw it last year with Cuties. You know, I saw all kinds of YouTubers ranting, cancel Netflix, you're supporting pedophilia. I saw one channel claim that if you even, watch anything Netflix, you're a pedophile now. 2 months later, there they are doing a Cobra Kai season 3 panel.
Yep.
Isn't it sad though that this gets the views and your new flagship series, The High Republic, gets no views? And nobody gives a shit about it. And these characters were introduced in one episode of season 7. And this is what you get views on. This is what people like. The rest of it is nothing. That's kind of sad, though.
It's all virtue signaling. Mm-hmm. That's what it is. It's virtue signaling from the other
doesn't
side.
work. You can see that here.
I refuse to vote or anything on any of Star Wars' stuff on their YouTube channel. Mm-hmm. Yes, I can sit there and I can downvote it, but I don't. I'm not getting into all of that sort of stuff. But I just I was sort of sitting there and I'm going, hold on a second. So they destroy the legacy characters in the sequels. They give us one okay movie out of 5.
Yeah.
And then everybody is hating Star Wars. Everybody's hating Kathleen Kennedy. Everybody's hating what's gone on and the state of Lucasfilm. They bring out The Mandalorian. Initially, it was reasonably well received. And then going into season 2, it just takes off, right? It starts blowing up. People are, and again, not everyone. I mean, I think everyone on this panel has been very consistent in their criticisms of The Mandalorian, and it's doing damage just like the sequels do.
Garbage.
It is
but
garbage.
it's a free pass because it's not. It doesn't get a lot of views if you call out Dave Filoni, but back then when you call out Ryan Johnson, you got a lot of views.
Yeah, but not only go on.
I will say, and I was one of the people who was a big fan of The Mandalorian season 1, and then after talking to these guys for a while and rewatching it without those rose-colored glasses, I kind of came to terms with how shit it was. And then going into season 2, I realized how shit it was, so I could see right away how bad it was. But I was a person that was, blinded by Mandalorian season 1. These guys know it.
Yeah, I was a little bit too. I was a little bit too up until the Baby Yoda Force Hill moment. And then, of course, when you saw that in Rise of Skywalker, it's like, okay, so they're just trying to use that as a justification.
They literally released it the day before the Rise of Skywalker.
Yeah.
Like, hey, look, this is the thing too. You're like, oh, no.
Oh, I was on tracking fobs right from the get-go, and
tracking
episodes
fobs.
7 and 8 of season 1 are some of the dumbest written episodes in TV history.
Yeah,
they're bad.
I have a question for Rhino, though.
Go on.
If you look at the OT right?
Mm.
How do you think tracking fobs would have affected those movies?
Oh, well, I've gone into that. It affects
Yeah, you
it,
did.
it affects it massively. Massively.
Or what about the computer that they revealed in the Alphabet Squadron book that tracks every citizen of the galaxy? What the fuck is up with that shit?
Mm-hmm.
There would be no classic trilogy. They wouldn't need it.
I mean, this is the thing. We've talked about season 2. I think season 2 of The Mandalorian is worse than season 1. It actually destroys more and does probably more damage than season 1. But the keys, dangling the keys, like all the characters that it gave you, Bo-Katan, you've got Ahsoka, you've got Boba Fett, you've got the name drop of Thrawn. You know, you've got all these characters, and they just definitely jangled the keys in front of you. But see that even in this trailer, and we probably will watch this trailer, but in this trailer, this is the Bad Batch trailer, Fennec Shand is in it. Now, this takes place just after the Clone Wars, Order 66. So, can I ask a quick question? How many years does The Mandalorian take place, because it's 5 years after Return of the Jedi, Mando, right?
Yeah.
So how many years after does that take place after the Order 66?
Well, it's 19 plus 5.
Yes.
No,
Yes.
sorry. No, it isn't. It's 19 from when
9 plus 9.
born till,
Is it plus 9?
Yeah, 4
Yeah.
to the end of Return of the Jedi, and then another 5.
Yeah, because I think it's the old trilogy takes place over 6
No,
years?
He's talking about from the end of
I'm
Order
talking about
66.
from Order 66,
Order
not the
66.
beginning of A New
So
Hope.
Luke's age in episode 4 plus
It's 19.
9 years, because Mando takes place in
9
1981.
19
Yes.
plus 9.
Yeah.
Yeah, 28.
But
So
hold
28
on.
years. Yes, Steve, yeah.
A New Oh, no, that's right, because it's Luke's age, because that Luke is pretty much born around Order 66. Okay, cool. So how many years?
28.
19 plus 9, so 28.
28. Okay. So now I'm curious to know, how old is Fennec Shand in Mando?
She looks about 50, I'd say.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'd say.
So
She's
it could
50,
work.
Like a very fit 50.
Age-wise, it
50
could
fit.
work. But
Well,
the problem that I have is the fact that they keep trying to bring in these characters from all over the place. It makes the universe feel so small because everybody's been everywhere. I mean, you see Ahsoka in fucking every time period that they create. She's everywhere. And again,
Well,
I was a fan of Ahsoka.
If you look at The Mandalorian and Bo-Katan, she's supposed to be close to 70 in The Mandalorian.
I know.
'Cause she's the same age as Obi-Wan. And,
Making
not a
sense.
hint of continuity.
No.
No,
And
what they
nobody
need to do is
even talks about it because,
They
the
need to do
key,
a
the
Star
key
Wars
chain, right?
parody
Yeah.
show of like Cheers. like they enter in the bar and everybody's like Fennec.
Yeah.
Like just like when Norm comes in, because they all know each other. They can all fit in like one room. In one small bar. It'd be kind of a funny sitcom.
Yeah, that would be funny. Well, see, the other thing too in this trailer is that one thing I didn't even notice is that apparently Rex is in it. I didn't even see Rex, and everyone was in my comments going, "Oh, Rex was," and I saw other people in these comments here saying, "Oh, Rex, Rex." There, the very first one.
Yeah,
Fell out of my chair when I saw Captain Rex. Okay, dude, whatever. Like, this is the thing though. I would kind of. I would and I wouldn't expect to see Rex here because again, you got to remember Rex has had the chip taken out. So obviously they might be going to him for support or help. I don't think that the Bad Batch has been Order 66 in their head, so they're not like against the Jedi, and that's why it seems like they're being hunted by the Empire in this series. But again, they bring in, so they're dangling keys with Captain Rex. If you want to know any more about Fennec Shand's backstory, they're going to give you some in this. I wonder if they're actually that dumb to actually fuck up her story like before 28
Of course they are.
years.
Yeah.
But you know what they're also going to fuck up even more? The Empire's competence. Because they're going to, the
It's
Bad
gonna be
Batch
this
is...
ragtag group of A-team
Yeah.
wannabe retard.
Dodging blaster shots and stuff like they did in the Clone Wars.
Yeah, full of stupid caricatures.
And before you watch
He's the
this,
nerdy
Rhino,
guy. He's the brute.
yeah,
Yeah.
B.A. Baracus, before you watch this, I think you were going somewhere with your point earlier. And think about it this way. You watched The Last Jedi, you watched The Rise of Skywalker, and basically it's this postmodernist message that we need to tear down our institutions and rebuild them. That was the story in the movie. That's what they're doing in real life. They're breaking down the old characters, situations, lore, and they're rebuilding it in the image that they want. That's exactly what Lucasfilm and other media companies are doing to every single franchise, and that's why they're doing it to every franchise, because they want to rebuild it in their postmodernist. It's not so much liberal, but it's just their philosophy of the world, and you can call it political or you can't, but it's more philosophical than political, and it's not a good philosophy because it hasn't ended well in centuries past. But it's humanity is a cycle, and we're just going through it again.
I just want to hit this one. What's the R? $5. I'm just going to say $5. Thank you very much, Timon.
Ripple.
Ripple.
Is it rubles? Yeah, 5 rubles. Cool. Congratulations on monetization, Ryan. This is for your next Marmite jar and all Golden Gate time. Thank you very much.
You missed one before that, from Megatron, didn't you?
Did I?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Megatron.
It was in between me and Timon.
Oh, missed my first super chat. Whoa, look out.
Settle down, big boy.
Thank you, Stunning and Brave Megatron. $2.79. Redhead's gotta love him. Gotta love him.
Okay.
I see no lie in that statement.
Gotta love him. And we also had Lady Tariel. Thank you very much. Congratulations, Rhino. Ray John. EU only Star Wars. That's right.
I'm sorry. R is reals in Brazil. So
is it? Well, thank you for whatever it is.
Reals.
Yes, there we go. Royals. You gotta. Yeah. Anyway.
Yeah. When R starts the word, you have to roll it. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Are we all ready?
Raging Rhino.
Raging Rhino. That's right.
I can't do that.
Let's watch this trailer. It's a 2-minute trailer, so let's give it a watch. And we will get into those non-binary.
Lasts
Jedi,
longer than Rhino.
Because I know that you really want to hear about non-binary trans Jedi, don't you? All right, let's go.
A test is in order.
The worst Tarkin voice ever.
Sorry.
Yeah, it's not good.
More capable than an army.
I wonder who it is.
They exhibit a concerning level of disobedience in disregard for orders.
What else you got? Give me more!
I'm just want to pause it there real quick. Just with the voice and everything. The one thing I will give him credit for, D. Bradley Baker is his name, the voice actor for the clones.
Yes.
Fantastic job in regards to giving the clones a real individual identity. Each one has a different feel to the next. They all sound the same. They've all got that very similar accent, but he just does a really good job. I just wanted to point that out.
Oh, yeah.
And again, the one thing I do love from the Clone Wars are the actual clones. Sorry, Stig, were you going to say something?
No, I just said yes.
You're agreeing, yeah.
Yeah, the voice actor does a great job, but
yeah, he does.
They are ripping off the EU big time with this, though, especially the Republic Commando stuff, which, ironically, back in the day when Filoni screwed up the clones and the Mandalorians, Karen Travis, who had created all of it, including the Mandalorian language, quit because she couldn't do her job anymore because Filoni. And she was told to retroactively fix 12 novels or whatever it was. So she quit, and now he's using her work as as a little pile to rip off from. I mean, why does he get a free pass from that when the High Republic gets beaten over the head every time they rip off something? But Filoni's been doing it for a decade, and it's perfectly okay when he does it.
Yeah. I mean, the one thing that I will say, Stig, coming from the point of view of not having read the expanded universe and watching the Clone Wars and actually enjoying them, I think my enjoyment, and I've said this in my last video, and I've said this in a few videos, but my enjoyment for the Clone Wars has sort of diminished and been constantly sort of being diminished. Now, it gets diminished, first of all, by season 7, the one where, you know, Ahsoka's in that and she survives Order 66 and all of those sorts of things. It affects it when we get more garbage from Lucasfilm, where I just don't have any confidence that they can tell a good Star Wars story. They just can't, because it's all virtue signal. Everything right now coming out of Lucasfilm is a fucking virtue signal. It's fucking pissing me off.
Well, you know, like I've said before, when you're writing a fantasy story, and this is a fantasy story, the lore and the universe and the setting is basically the framework that holds the painting together, or it's, you know, the foundation you build on, really. They don't have that anymore. It's been destroyed, and Filoni was the one who started it, and Kathleen Kennedy. There's a reason why she's let the guy produce 9 shows so far, including the upcoming ones. He's completely on her page, because everyone who isn't on her page gets fired, and we've seen that time and time again.
Yep.
Filoni is completely on her page.
Just quickly, Lyndon, you've got to go. Sorry to interrupt the conversation, but Lyndon's going to fall asleep. So thank you for coming by, Lyndon. Congratulations on your monetization as well. And thank you for coming by on my stream. I really appreciate everything that you've done, and the work that we've done together has been pretty awesome. So thank you.
It's been amazing. And I'll see you all tomorrow for Rhino's North Melbourne's going to get fucked up. And, and then we'll have... Wait, what day is it? Yeah, it's only Friday tomorrow. Fucking hell. We don't have full Aussie yet. All right.
No, it's the following day.
All right. That's how fucked up, man. All right. I'll see you later. Thank you, everyone.
See you later.
Congrats.
Later, dude.
Bye. Congrats, man.
Thanks, man. Sorry. Greg. Jeff. No, Greg, you were going to say something.
No, not really.
He was just saying yep to what Steve said.
Yeah, basically. This is just... The Star Wars cartoons are childish garbage.
Yeah.
Yes, they are.
Well, again, I will say there are moments in them that are pretty solid. And again, this is coming from a perspective where I had nothing to compare it to. Now that I've got something to compare it to, I have noticed that there are problems with the Clone Wars. Nowhere near as big a problems with the Clone Wars in regards to... like law breaking. When I say that, I'm talking about like hyperspace stuff and tracking fob stuff and that sort of thing. There might be a few character problems that they've created within those stories, but you know, even the thing that Stig pointed out in season 7, where Maul could have just cut that beam and Ahsoka's dead, like, you know, and he copped hell for that. But just quickly,
Funny thing though, I got the most hell from Phantom Menace people.
Yeah.
Isn't that ironic?
Yeah.
It was the Filoni fanboys and the Phantom Menace people. It didn't get a single bit of stick from Raylos.
Yeah, but Raylos but that's I was going to say that. Raylos don't care about Star Wars. Raylos, yeah, they really don't.
They don't.
Culture Casino, just quickly, thank you so much, $5. I've not left positive feedback for Star Wars since Gina. Still won't watch Disney Plus. Congrats, Rhino. You truly deserve it. Thank you very much, Culture. I appreciate it. I've done a few streams with Culture. He's a good dude, and he's helped me a lot. He's helped us guys on the Full Aussie a lot. And again, appreciate everything that you've done, Culture. So thank you for that $5 too in the super chat. And just quickly, I did see Cell Shade in the chat. If you weren't here earlier, Cell Shade, I showed your clip with Charles earlier. That was awesome and hilarious. I pissed myself laughing when I originally saw it. And again, I got to thank him for the design of my T-shirt, which is really cool.
It's amazing. He did an amazing job with that, by the way. Amazing job.
We've got a few other people in the chat. So good day, everyone. I have seen you. Soul Assassin, I see you too. So there are a few people there. Okay.
We need a pun from Generation Productions. Haven't seen a pun from him in ages.
Jack of all casuals, for $2 says, need a drinking super chat celebration. I'll start. Well, I am drinking. Cheers.
Well, no, it's acceleration. That's different.
Acceleration?
Is that what happens when you accelerate in the atmosphere?
I thought it was meant to say celebration.
Yes, acceleration is the process of going into hyperspace from atmosphere.
Oh,
that's the new word. Yeah, let's change.
That's the new word. That's we're abbreviating.
Activate the accelerators. We're going to light speed. See?
Yeah.
Star Trek. Is now Star Trek.
Use
Second level and you're good to go.
We're not going to ludicrous speed. We're going to whatever it is. Anyway.
No, the computer that controls that is a droid brain, and it's like a non-binary trans droid brain.
It is, yeah, and they're
True.
sentient.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
All right. Let's continue watching this.
Oh yeah, the trailer.
Yeah, we're in the middle of a trailer.
Our squad's nothing but trouble.
Ram squad is nothing but stupid.
But we get the job done.
You're Climb Force 99.
You know who we are.
Hunter,
Let's go.
Echo,
Hyperdrive's online.
Tick,
Prepping to jump.
Reckon.
Wait, hold on. Why is there a little girl on Camino?
Stereotype.
What'd you just say?
Why is there a little girl on
Omega.
Camino?
Her name is Omega, and I think
Omega.
she's being set up to be an almighty character again.
Oh
Is she on Camino? Was it on Camino?
It looks
Yeah, I
like it's
think
on
so.
Camino.
Why that okay? That doesn't make any fucking sense. It's
Nope.
Kaminoans and clones and Jedi sometimes.
Well,
That's
it's a side job that the Caminos have. They
Yeah,
produce clone little girls for Epstein Island.
They actually do. They actually do. You can hire them out to make you custom clones and all that shit, but that's EU stuff. So
yeah. But seriously though, that's of course they're going to introduce some female character who knows
Yep.
everything.
Well, hey, did you just assume
Why
it's
not?
gender? Did you just assume it's gender?
Yes, I did.
She'll be the key to everything.
She will be. She will be. I guarantee it. Yeah. And
Yeah.
they'll make Fennec Shand like stronger than the clones and better than the clones, most likely too.
Mm-hmm.
She'll have to bail them out. Yes, Mary Sue number 1000.
Yeah.
Yes.
Let's continue.
And Crosshair.
Has anyone actually seen Rex yet?
No.
No.
I haven't clapped when I saw it.
We're all you need.
I want Clone Force 99 found and wiped out.
That wasn't him.
Galaxy's a dangerous place to be.
That was Fennec Shand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We need to get out of here. What do you say, kid? You want to come with us?
Of course, why not?
Yeah. The new Baby Yoda.
Good lord.
Yeah.
Just space her already.
The Clone Wars.
There he is.
There he is, yep. There he is.
Okay. Whoop-de-doo.
What a bow.
You got a bow.
A laser bow.
A
And
laser
arrow.
bow. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So there's no string there, but when she pulls it back like an imaginary string.
It's a
pull.
laser.
Yeah, and as soon as her hand would get close to the arrow, it should burn, shouldn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, it should. There it is. It's a laser. It's right after that. There it is.
They need a back 10 button on YouTube.
So she's holding an energy.
Sorry.
String?
We do what we do.
Shit. Why is that such a delay? That was weird. I was clicking the button, but it wasn't doing anything for a few seconds. Sorry, let's go back.
You can either adapt and survive, or die with the past. The decision is yours.
Wait. Fennec Shand just got hurt.
What we do.
What?
That somebody actually, put an explosive on Fennec Shand's, vehicle, and it blew up, and she fell off. That can't be.
Yeah.
That
She's
can't
probably
happen.
dead.
She's a woman. I'm sorry, but she can't. That can't happen. She has to be perfect in everything, guys.
Well, I'm worried about her safety because it's not like she doesn't show up in a later show, right?
I literally am going to post that on tag Disney Star Wars on Facebook or on Twitter. And be like, why are you hurting a woman in your trailer?
But again, if they need
assholes,
okay. But again, if they need a bounty hunter to help them, let's say, escape or something, why wouldn't you just create a new bounty hunter or something? Like, why do you have to have Fennec Shan? Why? Nobody cared about her, and is that why? Because nobody cared about that character because it's one of Kathleen Kennedy's
Everything has to.
I know why.
Yeah,
No. I know why. Because Kathleen Kennedy's faction said that this character needed to be in The Mandalorian because it was a strong female character, and then of course, the compromise or whatever in regard, I don't know, I'm making up bullshit now, was the fact that it needed to be put into some part of the animated series.
She's there to be Asian and female.
Correct.
It's
about right. Yeah.
It's
the
It's
truth.
about right, though.
Yeah, I mean, that's what they said about Rose Tico, and that was Disney saying it.
Yeah.
Asian female, finally in Star Wars.
Yeah.
Even though they whitewashed Jan Ors and renamed her Jyn Erso.
Yeah, people are shocked when I show them that. They're like,
I know.
what?
They had an Asian female right there, and she was kick-ass.
It's Asian female number 2. That's what it is. Yeah.
Strap in, kid.
Why is there a child with them?
Because Stig's right. It's the new Baby Yoda.
Nobody's gonna watch it because it's gonna be.
I gotta
people
see
who are
myself in
actually
it.
Clone Wars fans
It's
are
the
not gonna
new
be fans of it.
Ahsoka.
Yeah.
Yeah,
the new
it's
Ahsoka.
Ahsoka mixed with Baby Yoda. And,
It's got like a fucking
Because
thing in its
like
face.
she's
or
probably
something.
gonna get called, what was her name, Stick or whatever. Like
Omega, I think it was.
Snips.
Snips. She's the new Snips.
She's the new Ohms.
New Snips. But I'm actually glad that this triggered this
Megs.
thought.
You know
Tonight,
what
I was
happens when they
watching...
become a man from a woman? They snips.
Someone's in the back room.
Yeah.
Just so you know.
Oh, somebody is in the back room.
Oh yes.
Hello, Mara. Sorry, I hope you haven't been there for too long. How are you?
No. Treat a woman.
Nope. I just put in the private chat, punchable face, because that's what I thought every time I saw that child in the trailer.
Yes. Absolutely.
The new Baby Yoda. Yeah.
I like it. How are you, Mara? Thank you for coming by, and I appreciate you. Thank you.
Hi, Mara.
Oh, you're welcome. Just got done with grocery shopping, or at least a huge chunk of the grocery shopping, because it's Easter weekend.
Oh, shit,
And I
she
have
needs
to
to
help
do
my
that.
mom get stuff for the lamb that she makes for Easter.
Nice.
Oh, nice.
Yes.
Very nice.
Very nice. We're just doing an Easter. We're just doing a picnic with my grandma, and we're going to a park, and we're just going to have a lunch, and it's going to be awesome on Sunday afternoon. So that's going to be cool.
I'll be in the
But Mara, I just wanted to quickly say thank you for everything that you've done to help with my channel. You know, any shout outs that you've given me, anything that you've done, I really appreciate everything. So thank you very much to help me get
you're
monetized.
welcome. You're welcome. I would have been listening in on the stream while I was out, but I have to get a new battery for my phone because it's been draining fast.
Mm-hmm.
And if I had listened while I was out shopping, it would have just made it die faster. So
I've been having the same problem with my phone. Just the battery's been dying really quick recently, so I need to sort of try and fix that up. Now, just quickly, that trailer and what we saw in that really triggered a thought for me, and I'm glad it did, because I need to try and find this clip. But I was watching our footy tonight, the AFL, and at halftime they've got this thing called, here in Australia, they've got this thing called Auskick, and it's basically, you know, grassroots footy, kids playing football, everybody gets a prize, all of that sort of thing, right? And it's a really good initiative, and it really gets the kids involved in footy and all of that sort of jazz. But each week they pick one kid from from Auskick that gets nominated to win like a prize, and they get put on TV for that game. And at the end of the year, they're at the grand final. They get to put one of the premiership medallions on around their necks, you know, as they're awarding all the players. Now, the host was interviewing this kid, and he's just interviewing him. This kid's 5 years old, cute as, just, you know, he's like looking at him like this, and he's just giving real one answer, you know, one word answers to his questions. And And it gets close to the end of the interview, and Hammer, the guy, he asks him, he goes, "Oh, so you're a really big Star Wars fan?" Straight away, my ears prick up. This 5-year-old kid is a massive Star Wars fan, right? And I'm wondering,
I just think it's mean.
I'm glad he asked the questions that he did. He goes, "What's your favorite Star Wars movie?" And he goes, "The first one." So, A New Hope. And I knew that he meant that because he then asked, "What's your favorite character? Who's your favorite character?" And he looks straight at him and goes, "Luke."
Nice.
That destroys, that one kid, he's 5 years old, destroys Lucasfilm's narrative of, oh, we don't make it for the 50-year-olds. You know, how Kathleen Kennedy changed the parks and all of that shit because, you know, the old fans, we're going to move forward with the new, younger fans. This kid was 5 years old and his genuine answers were he loves the first Star Wars movie, the one from 1977. This is a 5-year-old kid living in a day and age where technology and everything and effects are amazing and immaculate and all this kind of stuff. And his favorite Star Wars movie is the first one. And his favorite character is Luke Skywalker.
Well, he said that. He said that because he's seen your videos and he doesn't want to get screamed at. So.
Yeah.
Well, now that
No,
kid's
but
missing
I'm
because
telling you,
Kathleen Kennedy took him out.
That's a great credit to his dad, his mum, whoever's the Star Wars fan in their family.
Yep.
Yep, no kidding.
You know, and this is the whole point. Like, it was always about the next generation. You know, if a kid is going to be a Star Wars fan, you know, they're going to be a Star Wars fan. It's as simple as that. I mean, you know, I've shown Star Wars to people and they've been like, you know, shown Star Wars to people and they've fell in love with it. So again, I just thought that was quite funny how that completely destroys the narrative. I really need to find that. I need to clip that so that I can actually make a video out of it. I think it'd make a great video because again, it completely, well, the narrative is fucked and it completely contradicts their narrative. That kid completely contradicts their narrative. Anyway, I thought that was quite interesting. So yeah, I am going to be watching The Bad Batch, but purely now to laugh and point out the bad things. And I'm going in it with that attitude. If let's say it was going to be good, but see, again, I don't know how anything in Disney Star Wars right now can be good because it's so connected to this universe that they've created. How can it get any better?
Well,
why would I think?
Not only is it a Disney product, the
be
entire
good?
premise for the show is stupid. So, like, there's no way I'm watching it.
Yeah.
Well, we don't pay for Disney Plus anymore, but a friend of ours gave us password, so I'll just watch it that way, or I'll just drop Anchor. One of the two.
I don't pay for it either. It's my sister's account, but you know, apparently it is the click that makes the difference. You know, even though it might be just one account, you know, they're looking at the concentration on the clicks and how many people view it through actually clicking on it.
Then I'll just hoist Anchor instead.
Yeah.
I'll do what I did with Picard, and I'll just find like very detailed synopses.
But again, I also
I'm not even
thought
interested enough in it to do that. Like there's nothing that this show is. For me, there's just nothing interesting about the show at all. It's just it's going to be such a dumb kids thing because the characters are all just ridiculous caricatures. Oh, he's the tech guy. He's the brute. He's the it's all like none of these characters seem interesting to me at all.
Well, they're basically taking Republic Commando because in the Republic Commando books, like the clones are essentially, I don't want to say split up like that, but they're known for their specialties.
Mm-hmm.
So, but it looks like they're kind of dumbing it down in this show.
Yeah.
Well, right. Well, they're taking the extreme stereotype of those specialties. So, like, you could be. Like, you could be in the military and have a technical proficiency, and that's your MLS, and that's your thing. Like, you know, you're the radio guy or the radio repair guy. That doesn't mean you're going to be necessarily, like, the most stereotypical, you know, ham radio operator stereotype that's ever been in, you know, like, the worst stereotype, the most extreme thing. You can have a character who has a speciality and a particular skill that doesn't automatically come with like the worst stereotype of that skill. Like, oh, he's the mechanic, so he's going to be like the ultimate gearhead guy. Like, you can do stuff other than that. And this cartoon looks like these characters are the super extreme of that.
Well, you know what's really funny about that is you're absolutely right, Greg, but not only are they doing that with these characters, I mean, I've been watching those High Republic trailers, and each character seems to have this own little niche on how they see the Force, right? You've got the Wookiee one that sees it as leaves. You've got Ava Chris that sees it as music. You've got that other one that sees it as a flaming light or something, flames and embers and this sort of thing. And then you've got the youngest Jedi ever to be knighted at the age of 15 because she's, wow, all amazing. Mara, thank you so much. $20. Congrats on monetization with a heart. Thank you. Thank you.
You're welcome.
That's awesome. I really appreciate that. And again, all the support that everyone gives, even if you're not super chatting, even if you haven't, contributed any money, the views, the clicks, the shares, everything that everyone's done, I really, really appreciate all of it. So thank you. But let's move on to the topic of the hour, which is going to be more bullshit, hypocrisy. It is. Do we have to?
Yeah, I know, right? That's what it is now with Star Wars. It's like, oh god, really?
It's Transformers now.
Yeah, it's like I commented on your post. They are trans and non-binary. So what the fuck did they transition from and to? If they don't believe in genders.
Non-binary.
I didn't even see that until Mar pointed out. I'm like, that's a good fucking point. Like, seriously, what does that mean?
Well, wait till you see.
And does it
the
matter?
The thing is, this isn't exactly new news. Like, what's his name? Kevin Scott confirmed this about these characters on the 3rd March. So I think it's the cover more than anything that people started noticing yesterday. Because he confirmed that over like almost a month ago that, it's not just, we didn't have that pronoun line. They're actually whatever, trans, non-binary.
Everybody who wanted to say that it was a April Fool's thing, this is that character.
A month
this
ago.
This is one of those twins. They already exist.
Yeah.
Not he, they is what the thing fucking says. Right there. Not he, they. It's already a thing. It's not that they're doing this, they basically bring out these characters so they can do the virtue signal. They don't care about the story. They just got to make sure that the fucking it's enough. And again, we go back to this and back to the whiteboard, right? Diversity, representation and diversity. What do they fucking care about the story? Do they even care about the fucking
names,
story?
though. It's an anagram for erect.
I saw that too. But the other thing too that I also want to point out with that is their names are literally, it's like with their Wookiee character in the High Republic is Bariaga Argaberry, right? It is literally flipping the letters around. And they've made these two twins' names exactly that. It's the creative freedom, my ass. They've got no fucking clue. They're dumb as fuck. You got Justina Ireland and Christina Ariel. Again, some of the most racist fucks I've ever seen. And you've got, what's her fucking name? I always blank on her name. Fucking, the fucking May the Force be with you, bitch.
Oh, Claudia Gray.
Claudia Gray.
Kaludia.
Absolute fucking. I don't understand why
This
it's
is like
unnecessary.
Russo. I mean, they're creative. The entire story group or this entire High Republic thing is run by people who have like,
I was gonna say that,
who've surrounded themselves with the mental maturity, people with the mental maturity of like a kindergartner. So like their little jokes are like even worse than like dad jokes. They're just weirdo, like weird cat lady kindergarten teacher jokes.
They're all only children.
They think it's all cutesy
with no kids,
and, like,
with no kids
cute
and no
like,
friends, and basically being inverts their entire life, and now they're like quote unquote accepted, and in
Yeah.
a quote popular clique, and now they get to bully and act like they
Spot
do.
on.
And the thing is too, like, I'm so happy that they're giving representation to 0.0000001% of the population.
Who is this appeasing?
Go to the whiteboard again. Where the fuck is our dinosaur representation? Forbidden Ruin said it before I said it. But yeah, where is our dinosaur representation? I was promised dinosaurs, and I don't see dinosaurs. I want a dinosaur Jedi.
Don't worry.
Well, hold on.
Dinosaur
Hold
Jedi.
on. There may be dinosaurs because they released a photo of a new creature a few days ago that kind of looks something like a dinosaur.
I just want dinosaur representation.
You know what's kind of it's like morbidly funny about that is that Fortnite put dinosaurs in the game first before Disney give you your dinosaur representation.
Look at some of the stuff on here. You got
Actual ending?
Actual
What the
ending.
fuck does that mean?
What the fuck does that mean? These are oh my god, this is so
Actual
dumb.
ending.
You got feelings. So when Finn says a feeling, I know it's there because it's a feeling. It's all about the feelings.
Well,
You got
not
diversity. You got surprise.
Not just a feeling. That's what I'm feeling right now.
You know what I find really funny is under Star Wars heart, like the things that we love about Star Wars, not pro-war is at the top, and the fucking Force is the last thing that they think of.
Oh, the Force.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
After
if you look at the faces of those new characters, they have almost no features. It's like the classic NPC meme.
That's exactly what
Sith
it is,
Empire.
Steve.
Yeah.
That's exactly what it is. I thought of that too. Yeah. I couldn't put my finger on it until you just said it. Yeah, that's exactly what it is. They have no...
Yeah, they're literally NPCs.
They look like villains in a sci-fi show. That's what they look like.
Well,
they look like villains.
they look like the Biners from Star Trek.
Okay, I haven't gotten there yet.
Well, you know what someone
We're
said?
actually coming up on that episode.
No kidding.
You know what someone
had
said?
watched all of it.
And they even did a side-by-side.
We're on Next Generation right now.
They kind of look like Star Wars Theory.
Yeah, they kind of do a little bit, yeah.
Yeah.
This is my thumbnail for my video that comes out in an hour and a half.
I can't take credit for that. I wish I could.
Do
I call you my brother, sister, or other?
They look really fucking weird. They do. They look like just like these sci-fi faceless villains.
It's like an NPC.
It's Victor Zsasz.
It's like NPC mated with Uncle Fester. That's what I'm thinking.
It looks like Victor Zsasz.
You know what though?
That's what they want humans to look like.
They're praising this for finally we have non-binary people in Star Wars, right? Already have that because the Hutts are non-binary.
I was going to say there's multiple non-binary.
Yeah, they changed sex.
Aren't
They
the
literally
Hutts?
changed.
I was about to say, aren't the Hutts hermaphrodite basically?
Yeah, and then they basically choose if they're masculine or feminine later on, which is exactly what this is.
So basically, Jabba's son, like Jabba actually had. He didn't mate with anything, so
yeah.
There's hair under there,
Yeah.
Blake. There is hair. That's what Rhino looks like with that hat. I do have hair under this
It looks
hat.
like the engineers from
Not
Prometheus.
much, but it's there.
I was going to say it's just like I said, it's that generic like villain or species in a sci-fi show that just is bald with no eyebrows and nothing, and they look weird.
Yeah.
I was about to
Where are his
say,
organs?
Stunning and Brave Metatron just said, "Where's his eyebrows at?" And yeah, good point.
Yeah.
Maybe they just don't grow.
His.
Oh, sorry.
How
Sorry.
dare
Where?
you?
Yeah, you better correct yourself.
Where
there,
are
Stunning
its
and Brave.
eyebrows?
Where
Where's
they eyebrows
Where
at?
they
Where are they
eyebrows
eyebrows?
at? Where them eyebrows at? No, them. Yeah,
how
that's
do you
right.
say
Where
that?
them eyebrows at? You could say it like that. Where them eyebrows at?
Yeah, they look like the Avatar: Last Airbender. There you go.
I just again, it's another failed
Shitty
virtue
anime
signal. We talk about this all the time. We've got the John Boyega thing for Black History Month. They had what was the other thing that they did recently that was a virtue signal? Kathleen Kennedy's was the video for the Oscars. Wasn't that like a bit of a bullshit thing that she did?
Fading.
Anyway, again,
Well, yeah,
look-
obviously those people aren't going to be working on this cartoon because these people have no hair to animate.
Yeah.
And
You know what's
OG
gonna be
Star
fun,
Wars
though?
did
I guess
this.
they're fired.
If one of these characters shows up at the airport and wants to buy a ticket, and then the airport person goes, "How many tickets?" And they're like, "One for them." So
Yeah.
they're like,
Huh?
How many?
Them as
One
a
for each? No, one for them.
Where's
They
them
want
bitches
one
at?
ticket.
Where them bitches at? Where they bitches at?
If you're going to
When?
list your pronouns, I want every single possible form of the pronoun, not just they, them. I want all the way out. Past
Where
tense,
he,
future tense,
he, they,
all of
she,
it.
Him,
them,
her,
it,
his,
be,
her,
boss, poop,
Yeah.
he, she.
eyebrows at.
Otherwise,
it's just-
you're evil.
The thing that I think about with this is, and again, things like this really are starting to stump me. Like, I just don't know what to say about a lot of it because it's just that horribly like presented. You can blatantly see that it's a virtue signal, you know, and then you do have a lot of people. When I say a lot of people, I don't know if I can actually. I don't know if I.
Well, it's a virtue signal and it's also a shield, right? So part of the design is one to signal virtue, and preach about representation and all that jazz. But then it's also used as a virtual shield. So you can't not like these characters because if you don't like these characters, then you're what?
Evil.
You're a bigot.
You're a transphobe.
Yeah.
Evil.
So the reason you don't like that book or that particular story is because obviously you don't like trans people. It has nothing to do with their characters or anything. You know, it's part of the reason why they keep putting this stuff in here, I think, is to basically shield themselves from criticism or to dismiss any criticism as just an isterophobe kind of.
That's an added benefit, yeah.
You know what, though? If you Star Wars is
Criticism
one
shield.
continuity, right? So these characters are now a part of the OT and the PT and the ST. And they're part of the Mandalorian, they're part of the Clone Wars, they're part of everything because it's one continuity.
No, this is all fan
absolutely.
fiction. This is all fan fiction, Steve.
Well, it
There's
is.
just some
It's the same
people-
canon.
It is.
And for the record, this is not even close to the first non-binary in Star Wars.
No.
The sons of Tatooine are non-binary.
Mm-hmm.
Every other son is non-binary.
I love it.
Every other son is non-binary. The twin sons are they're.
Well, you know those lists we've seen on Twitter. Instead of saying blacklist, say something else list. They'll say instead of saying binary stars, say twin stars or something like that. That's coming.
Yeah.
I know
because a homophone, not a homophobe. When words sound the same, that freaks people out that believe in this stuff. They don't want to. They don't want to hear the word binary.
No.
Weirdos.
Just, look how featureless they are too. It's like they have no. Even the Force is like, nah, I really don't want to help you out on this one.
Well, that's
Sorry.
because when it's all said and done, they're not putting any money into these things.
Mm-mm.
You can take a look at the art style and everything. These are done so they could be mass produced and quickly.
Yeah.
The level of detail and things like that, and you don't have, and not every comic book has to have like an enormous level of detail. There are some that the simplicity is part of the charm of a particular style of art, but like these things, you can just tell they're being produced very cheaply. Like I would, if I were to guess, like Lucasfilm has spent probably less than $3 million on all of the High Republic.
Yeah.
Which
How
is
much you reckon?
Because
$3 million.
Well, they're not paying these authors more than a fucking couple. I don't even think they're into six figures for the authors. Like they're cheap. They come cheap. They do cheap work, and they're not even like they're not like running ads on ABC, right? For which is a network they own. They could give themselves like quite a nice little discount. But like you're not seeing regular TV spots for this stuff. You're just seeing like online Twitter and YouTube promotions and stuff like that. They're not putting any money into this.
Yeah.
So
they don't even pay the old authors. They're right.
No. Yeah, they're not even going to pay them. But like these guys, they don't make shit.
Yeah. No, you're absolutely right.
The old comics, right? That Laura and I've been going through. every Thursday for almost a year now, right?
I'll come back to that, Tim.
The artwork in them is amazing. That's what Star Wars fans were used to. Amazing artwork, way above average level.
Yep.
Well,
and you can see 2 more on Alora's channel in an hour.
Yeah, production value. There's production value in the old stuff. This stuff there's no production value. They're just cheap. Like I'm even guessing like the audiobooks are just generically narrated. If
Probably
they have audiobooks.
read by a Karen.
Also, they didn't post this on their Twitter. They only posted it on their Facebook. So if you
Facebook
commented
and Instagram,
you would use your real name on Facebook. So of course they would go after you immediately.
Yep.
If you did, that's why they didn't do it on Twitter, because they didn't want to get fucking ratioed to hell and back, because they would have. And go look at Instagram. The comments are fucking gold.
But when you look at it, like even like the downvotes for the High Republic stuff, it's like 14,000 people downvoted it. Like Lucasfilm doesn't give a shit about 14,000 people. That's nothing.
Metalong, thank you for coming by.
Just real quick. Yeah,
sorry, just thanks for coming by, Metalong. I appreciate everything. Thank you. Sorry, continue, Greg.
I'm just saying, like, they don't give a shit about the rate. Like, I'm sure some of them are like annoyed by it, but like in the grand scheme of things, like even if 50,000, 100,000 people dislike one of their High Republic videos, they're like, who cares? It's 100,000 people.
Yeah.
Like we're signing up people to Disney Plus at such a fast ratio. Like that's not even a blip.
They don't even
who cares? And they're like they weren't, and they're dismissing it as like they weren't going to buy it anyway. So, like they don't like it's fun for us to like point and laugh at, but like the Disney the executives, the bean counters at Disney, they're looking at that. They don't give a shit about that.
Well, they're not making any. They're not putting hardly any money in the High Republic. It's just books and comics.
Right. So if they
lose
it
doesn't matter.
to hell and back, and they really just don't care
because they're not making money off it. They're not making money off this anyway.
But it seems to be the only thing that they're producing at the moment. I mean, there is talk that they are doing their Obi-Wan series is going to start filming reasonably soon, I think, and I don't know if they've started the Book of Boba Fett or I don't hear anything. All I see out of Star Wars right now is stupid virtue signals and the High Republic ads and firing Gina Carano and doing stupid shit for stupid reasons. That's all I see coming from Star Wars at the moment.
But the shareholders and everything, they're going, well, okay, Ahsoka's next year. We're gonna have Obi-Wan next year. We're gonna have a smash year next year. That's what they're thinking.
Stuff like this though will make it impossible to decanonize it later on, because if Disney decanonizes the High Republic, they'll be transphobic.
It's never happening though.
Oh yeah, I mean that's the shit too. Like so much of what Disney has done since they've taken over has like weaved their shit in and out of the pre-existing shit. Like to separate it now, it's this big mesh. It's this. Imagine just this big knot. Like worse than the worst Christmas tree lighting knot you've ever seen. Like you pull it out of the box and it's just this wad of lights. Like that's the continuity now, and to try and like separate it out, like you can't separate like the movies and then leave Mando alone, because the two are interconnected and deliberately so. Like the whole idea of decanonizing this but not this, like the only way to decanonize is to decanonize everything.
Yep, I completely
and that
agree.
Means Rebels as well.
Yep, I completely agree. And Clone Wars, at least Clone Wars Season 7 needs to go too.
A good chunk of it. I would just say all of that. I would just say we're just going to go with the original 6 movies and restart.
Yeah, that's really... I said that in one of my very original videos, that the best way to move forward from here is to decanonize everything that they've done and start again, get back to where the fan base was reasonably united, and actually continue from there. Just quickly, Stig, thank you for coming by. I know you need to go because you're doing your coffee stream with Alora on OG's channel. OG, I just made you a mod. Please drop that link in the chat.
And it's in an hour on... It's in an hour on her channel, and I need to do some Easter shopping before that, because Laura reminded me it's Easter.
Yes.
Yep, go get some jelly beans.
Go and do it. Thank you, Stig, for coming by. And again, I appreciate all your support and help and everything too. So thank you very much.
Well, take care and be well, and have a good Easter, all of you.
Yes, you too.
You too, sir.
Happy Easter. Bye-bye. What did you have here, Tim?
Oh, maybe that's the dinosaur. They just announced that a few days ago. Some concept art for something called a Bogarant. And that's a person on top of it. So
It looks like something you pull out of your nose, a booger.
Yeah.
You know?
Boogerant. That's what he said, Boogerant.
Yeah.
Bogarant.
Yeah. Like it's a very like zoomed in, like look at like a tick or something.
Yeah, good point.
It's
yeah.
really, yeah.
If that's their idea of a dinosaur, or even something that remotely looks close to a dinosaur, then they slept through Jurassic Park.
Yes.
Or it's a potato with legs.
Yeah.
See, this is a dinosaur in the Star Wars universe. It's got to be weird and alien. So that's, you know, I wouldn't put it past them that this is what they came up with when they thought dinosaur. I mean, we've got a fucking rock. It's a navigator that can plug into computers and apparently navigate ships really well.
Geoda's the breakout star. I mean,
he is.
Like, what the? That's just.
It looks like a horse on the hindquarters a little bit.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's just not even trying. Like,
hey, there's a bottle.
Let's put it like a fly head on a horse.
There's a decent question. Do you think if Warner Brothers, do you think? Sorry, when I saw DC, I thought like Warner, like DC. Do you think that it would have made Star Wars any better?
No.
No. Like
No,
Warner
they can't
Brothers-
handle their DC properties for
Yeah.
fuck's sake. Yeah.
No, they're too reactionary.
They're too
and
stupid.
They're
Yeah.
too trendy. They're like
Yeah.
they're chasing trends instead of setting them.
Correct.
Tim just
Yeah.
yeeted himself.
If like if Disney hadn't bought Fox, I would say Fox
Yes.
or Sony.
Yep.
But Fox first.
Universal might have done all right.
Yeah,
Universal maybe like those three, but definitely not Warner Brothers. They've proven that they can't even handle one franchise.
George Lucas should buy it.
Yeah, George Lucas should have never.
Dude, if he sold that Disney stock, man.
Yeah, the thing is, like, people are like, "Oh, George is fine. He got $4 billion." No, he didn't. He's sitting on. He's sitting on like
Way more. Way more.
Way more.
I reckon he's more. I reckon
$billion.
I reckon he's over. I reckon he was over 10 billion from just the sale.
because he took a
Yeah,
good
give it
chunk
to
of
Zack
it
Snyder.
in stock, and the stock like over doubled in value.
Yeah, give it to Zack Snyder. Fucking do it.
You know, and here's the thing.
Who they need to give it to is
Yeah,
an actual fucking fan. And I don't consider Dave Filoni or Pablo Hidalgo to be
Zach's a
fucking.
fan.
They should not be the law keepers. They should
No.
not be the keeper of the key, the keeper of the flame. They should not be the one advising Jon Favreau on whether or not this is a good thing or a bad thing to do, because they're trying to be just as progressive as every fucking body else at Lucasfilm.
But as
There's
soon
no
as you put
fucking
in-
Civil War, and it's all bullshit.
Let's say they got bought by somebody else that wasn't progressive, they would change their tune and just go with the flow because they're followers, not leaders. That's what they are. That's exactly what they are.
Yep.
I don't know. It's just, again, Star Wars is in such a bad place. There is actually no coming back from the damage that they've done without exactly what Greg said, actually decanonizing everything that they've actually produced, including Rogue One. All of it. All of it just needs to go now. It's done and
Yes.
dusted.
Soul Assassin asked what happened to Leland Shee. He's still there.
He's still there, but they don't do anything. They're just there symbolically.
He is.
Otherwise,
Yeah,
they
he
would
knows
have
what he's
stopped
doing.
all this stupid shit.
Yep, he won't do anything against it because he don't lose his job.
Yeah.
But he doesn't.
Their job is to say yes.
Yeah, and he hasn't done anything since he's been there. You don't hear about him anymore.
Yeah, I didn't even know he was there until that photo came out.
Because he used to be the one always talking, like you would have to go through him. You would have to go through him to figure out if it worked or not.
Mm-hmm.
You know
And if
what
he
I-
told you no, it was a no.
Yeah. You know what I'd
Give
do
the
if I
Leland
had
Shee.
control? You know what I'd do if I actually had control
Yeah, that
over
dude's
Star Wars?
badass.
I wouldn't actually yes, I'd want to be sort of involved in the creative process of it because I feel like I know Star Wars well enough that I can actually, contribute something. But what I would want to be getting is a whole heap, maybe like 5 to 10 different Star Wars fans that actually have sort of different thoughts or opinions on Star Wars, but not from a lore perspective, not from a continuity perspective, just from having the ability to have different just different ideas or different thoughts, different paths that it can take. And I would have somebody that does actually, to be honest with you, if I had full control, Ryan would be the keeper of the key.
He wouldn't want it. He already said he didn't want it. Bring in Leland Chi, give him the keeper of the key, and bring in people who are creative and want to do creative things with Star Wars. Not too many fans, though, because they'll clash on everything they want to do. But bring in people, a few people here and that.
I'd say no.
No, but he
no, I agree with Greg.
Now.
No, but I agree with Greg. If he's in there now, they talk about the fan base being toxic. What Kathleen Kennedy has actually done to Lucasfilm is a cancer that's running through everything right now, right? I mean, again, you look at the fucking look at the High Republic. That's all you need to look at is look at the High Republic. Look at who they're employing. Look at fucking Justina Island, Christina Ariel. Look at the people that they're putting in these positions. Do you think they really fucking care about Star Wars?
No. I'm only talking about Leland Chi as in bringing him in to know what the lore ends and begins. Because, he knows he's more than Wikipedia in his brain. It's like all up there. Tim knows,
and that may be, but I think he's compromised. So I don't think if he's part of it, then he's
if you hire him to bring him in and you're paying him to do what he used to do, I'm pretty sure he's okay with taking a paycheck and doing what he's told.
You know what else?
Yeah,
though?
Clearly he is because he's doing that right now.
Exactly.
You know what else though? Sorry, Greg.
He's not loyal to the actual canon and the lore. He's loyal to his job.
He's not doing anything for the canon lore. He literally doesn't do anything.
Right. That's my point.
I wouldn't just have one person as the keeper of the key, so to speak. I know we keep using that phrase, but I wouldn't actually have one person that's in control of the law and understanding the law, and everything has to go through these people. I'd have 3 people.
So you'd have a story group.
I don't have a story. Yes, absolutely I would. Why wouldn't you?
Yeah.
But you've got to have...
Just with better people.
Exactly.
You don't want to have too many people in there, though.
No, that's why I'm saying I would have 3 people that are actually everything, every book, every movie script, every TV script, everything that all the creatives want to come up with need to go through those 3 people.
See, but the keeper of the lore has to be the owner and the ultimate authority and thing. Because when you have a story group, but that story group can be overridden by a creative executive.
Yeah.
So, let's say, Pablo really did have, let's assume maybe, that Pablo had a problem with all the things with hyperspace, for example. Just Triggy Rhino.
Yeah.
And he brought it up. And he said, no, you can't do that. And then, Filoni and John went to Kathleen Kennedy and said, this guy's telling us we can't do what we need to do. This is an integral part of our story. What the hell's the deal? So, she brings him into the office and goes, hey, we need you to work with our creatives, not work against them. So I need you to find ways for their ideas to work.
It was.
And that's how the shit immediately gets... their power is useless because... they're not the end. When George Lucas was there, he was obviously the end-all be-all because nobody could override him.
Correct.
So if he said no, there was nobody else the creatives could run to and whine to and say, this guy ain't working with us. But so, anytime you have a story group, but you don't have that one executive that is of the same mindset as that story group or your lore keepers, it's a useless position. You might as well not even have it because I guarantee that's what's similar things have happened. These guys say no, and they're not working with us, and then so basically they were told hey, look, you want to be part of the story group? Your job is to find reasons for or ways for it to work. You need to work with my executives. I hired this director. I hired this writer for a reason. You need to work with them.
You know what
I
would do?
Go, yes, ma'am.
I would get rid of everything Disney Star Wars has done, scrub it all. Then I'd let the Sword of the Jedi come out, get that out, and then lock Star Wars for 10 years. No new content for 10 years.
No, I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't do that.
I would.
I'd decanonize everything, and I would reintroduce the EU as canon.
Yep.
And I would completely move away from the era of the Empire and that story.
But
right?
my point is,
if I was going to continue that story now, it would be an animated series telling the story of either the Thrawn trilogy or moving forward with Jaina and Jason Solo and sort of jumping that 30 years.
Eventually,
Thrawn,
yes.
Just recast.
Eventually.
Recast. We've already lost Carrie Fisher. Harrison Ford's not interested, and fuck Mark Hamill. Like,
But see, this is the thing. They don't need to do that. They don't even need to do that. They could just do a quick animated series and then move forward in the future. You can cast Jaina and Jason Solo because we haven't seen them before.
But that's a good story to tell in a movie, though. Like if you can adapt the Thrawn trilogy, that's a good story to tell.
What if you did it as an
It's already done well in a book.
What if you do it as an animated? What if you did an animated movie?
Turn a book into a script without.
What if you did an animated movie?
I wouldn't do that story. My point. That's what I'm saying.
An animated movie.
An animated trilogy. You can get voice actors who are at least close to. I mean, Anthony Gruber does a dead spot on Harrison Ford impression.
Yeah.
Well, whoever did Leia in Rebels did a great job of the Leia voice in Rebels. Funny, it's Tim. But again, like that, I think that you could do animated movies. If you think that it's better as a movie, then you just do animated movies to tell those stories, and then move forward with.
You don't have to go animated. Like the only reason to go animated is to get around the recasting issues. And
if you were going to cast,
like, I think at this point, I don't think
OG
would have
Star
a
Wars
problem
is right.
with the recasting.
Yeah, after Crucible.
Did I miss your super chat?
I don't know. I would let.
Yeah, they're about the right
for like 5 years.
I'm so sorry, Brightest Day. Thank you, $5. Aussie. Oi, oi, oi. There you go. Thank you.
They actually say that in
I'm not
Australia.
supposed to.
It's not just an American thing.
No,
we
we
think
do.
you guys do.
Say that.
No, it's something that we do. It's usually it's not like at the footy or anything because it's more like suburbs and teams and things like that.
Right.
Or states. It's more like at the tennis when it's Aussies versus somebody else, or the cricket, Aussies versus somebody else. But yeah, thank you, Brightest Day. Yeah, well, I mean, that's why for me, watching like things like The Bad Batch, watching the Obi-Wan show, which we got the cast for that, and of course Hayden Christensen is definitely in it. I just see more and more destruction coming our way, more and more virtue signals coming our way, and all I'm going to do is comment on that and continue reading the EU. The EU is clearly my Star Wars. It is clearly Star Wars. The expanded universe and the original 6 movies are Star Wars.
George's Star Wars are my Star Wars, yes.
Yep.
That includes the EU too, by the way.
And this is the thing. This is why I sort of have a little bit of an issue in regards to the Clone Wars. I understand it's different to what they did in the novels, but those first, 6 seasons, 6 or 7, 6.
It was 5 complete seasons and like a half of
under George, right? Under George.
Yeah, more like 1 or 2 under George.
Yeah, because Disney bought. When did they buy it? Like 2013.
The deal was finalized in December 2012.
2012, and Clone Wars.
It was finalized in December.
Yes. It came out in 2008, so Clone Wars the series would have come out not long after that. So you got like maybe 3 seasons under George.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then the last 2 were like purely Disney and Filoni.
Okay. So this is the thing, though, is I kind of there was an interview with I think it was the voice actor Sam. What's his name? The voice actor for Kenobi. Sam Witwer, not Kenobi. Mm-hmm. The voice actor for Maul. There was something where he said that if the creator decides to adapt the book differently when it puts it on screen, that obviously supersedes the canon, especially if it was George that put that out. So I will say, in regards to at least those first couple of Clone Wars seasons, and for me, though, it doesn't even really pick up until maybe halfway through the second, if not the third.
I agree with that, yeah. Mm-hmm.
It was still George. It was still what George wanted to put out there. It's kind of like people agree with what George did with the prequels, but it still doesn't mean that it's not canon because George put that out. Now, we could say the same thing for the sequel trilogy and all of that sort of thing, but I'm sticking to before they got rid of the expanded universe, before they decanonized everything and destroyed Star Wars, basically, in a nutshell. So, anyway, that's just my thoughts on it.
I go through, and I'm still going through the motions with it and the emotions of it. I will go through the peaks and troughs, I think, for the rest of my life with this because it just annoys me.
Mm-hmm.
There are parts of it that annoy me, and then there are parts of it where I just sit there and laugh. And then, it's just I'm all over the place with Star Wars right now, and you'll see evident from my next video that's coming out in an hour that there's moments where I'm just like I just don't know what to say. I got no words. We get this virtue signal of trans lives, like whatever. Anyway, that pretty much concludes our discussion of Star Wars stuff, I suppose. I don't really want to talk about that stuff too much anymore. I'm kind of annoyed that Stig left because I know he had to go to another stream, but I wanted to share this thing that he put out there because also you, Tim, you commented on this tweet.
Okay.
I did too.
And I'll just share my screen real quick. And I just wanted to see what you guys could pick. So...
Oh, I haven't done it yet.
Yeah, I haven't done that yet.
What are your top 4 franchises? I thought this was a really good question.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought it'd be a great question to ask everyone here. Great question to ask the chat, guys in the chat. There was that too, Alora, actually, just quickly. The 2003 Clone Wars.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
I've still yet to watch those. I should actually watch. Are they on YouTube or something? Where can I see
were.
those?
I'm sure I can find it for you.
I have the DVDs.
How many episodes were there?
About 20.
Yeah.
It was just one season, or was that
it
20
was
over
technically 2 seasons? Even
they were kind of like shorts, if I remember correctly. I haven't watched them in years.
They were great though.
But apparently, Grievous was a badass. Jack of all Casuals mentions that too.
Dirge.
Apparently it was really good. So I got to actually watch those ones, and that'll probably actually make me hate these ones even more. But we are going to wrap up soon. So this is sort of I just wanted to go on to something a bit more fun to talk about than obviously the bullshit with Star Wars and everything. But I will say for me, Star Wars is definitely in there. Mm-hmm. And I'm talking about the original 6, obviously.
Just not to cut you off, but any of this I'm going to answer is probably like this franchise, but before X year, unfortunately. There's nothing I think I can say, hey, I love this. You know what I mean?
It's like if somebody picks Terminator, you'd be picking like Terminator 1 and 2, and like that's it.
Yeah, something like that.
There's a couple more. Go through and I don't know. Mara, you got anything?
She said she'll be right back.
This isn't. I'll do it. This isn't final by any means, but
I already commented on the post.
If I had to pick, it would be Star Wars pre, 2012.
I posted
Star
a picture
Trek
like Steve did
pre 2009. Babylon 5 pre 2007 because those stupid Lost Tales were awful that he came out with.
Yeah.
And then the fourth one's tough, man. I don't know. I'm going to have to think about the fourth one because there's so many to choose from.
So many genres that you could pick from that it's difficult because you put them up against them. Like you say, well, I really like the Rocky franchise, but do I put it as like high as Lord of the Rings? Like, no.
Mine was... I already did mine. It's pretty easy. I did Snyderverse, Lord of the Rings, the real Star Wars, the real Skywalker saga, the first 6, and then the TOS series, like the TOS saga with the movies and the show.
Yeah, Star Trek would be on there, obviously. Pre Kurtzman and pre Bad Robot.
Bad reboot, yeah.
Because I haven't been watching it.
Lord of the Rings. We'll see what Amazon has in store for us there. But that's a great franchise. Star Wars. The fourth. I don't know. There's so, like I said, there's so many different
Karate Kid.
genres to
For
choose
Greg,
from
it's
as far
Karate
as
Kid.
franchise.
He's not going to say it. I will.
What?
What'd you say?
It's for Greg. It's Karate Kid. I know it. It's got to be.
Gay karate.
I hate Karate Kid. Like I was indifferent to it until the show came out, and then everybody raving and talking about it just annoyed me. So now I hate it.
And you're missing a great show, which sucks.
That's fine. It's a show about gay karate. I don't care.
Well, yeah, go on.
I guess you'll have to come back to me for the fourth because there's so many I'm thinking of.
Okay, mine are Lord of the Rings. I already know mine. Mine are Lord of the Rings, Star Wars, Karate Kid, and this is the thing. There is a tie here, and I don't know which one that I would actually pick if I was stranded on an island and only had 4 franchises to pick from. But it's either the Die Hard franchise, Die Hard stuff, or it's what was the other one I was just thinking of? Fuck. Oh, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
No Snyderverse? Okay.
No, sorry. Again, I'm a DC normie.
That's
like and like
I'm just happy nobody said the MCU.
It's really hard too because there's also the X-Men. Like I'm a massive X-Men Marvel guy, so there's that too. It's hard to really. It is actually quite hard to pick 4, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Just 4.
Yeah, it was pretty easy for me.
My 4th will be a comic. I just don't know which one. Probably Batman.
Yeah.
Star Wars. Is that Alien vs Predator?
Yeah, AVP.
Yeah,
That's the only vs.
He's
Predator.
probably talking about the Dark Horse stuff too. I'm guaranteeing it.
Lord of the Rings and The Witcher.
I'm gonna go with video game Civilization.
There you go.
Okay.
There you go. Nice.
Yeah.
I almost
Chris
put Buffy on my
reckons
list.
Die Hard over Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. If we're talking the movies, yeah, I
Blake's comment. Sorry.
I believe it from Blake though. I'm pretty sure that thought. Yeah. Okay. Did you see his before that? What he picked?
Yeah.
Oh, this one, yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. Twilight and Barbie. That's
I
great.
could see Rhino being like a closeted brony.
Did Megatron just pick Linden's for us?
Ah, that's funny too.
Yeah, I think he picked Linden's. Yeah, he did. Yeah.
Pornhub.
I got a
Red
like, I'm with you on the first 3, but the fourth one there.
Yeah, no.
Like I said, he was
Replace it with Bang Bus, and I think
OnlyFans or something like that.
Bang Bros.
I'm still peeved at Linden because now my damn Twitch notifications are like, you watch this Twitch for
Mine too. Mine too.
You watch this Twitch slot for 2 seconds because Linden like rated them. So I'm like, now you must like this is your
Jurassic Park's another one.
Yeah, I can't pick Jurassic Park because only the first one.
No.
I only really like the first movie.
I didn't like the first one. I
like the first one and
the third one was okay.
I didn't hate. I like the Lost World over the third one by a long shot.
The second one's with Jeff Goldblum, isn't it? As the main guy, and the third one is
Alan.
His name comes back.
I didn't exactly like the second one. I mean, I'm not saying that I love the book necessarily, but I didn't like what they did with the adaptation with the movie. So
there's a Warhammer fan there.
Yeah, but Stargate as well. Stargate is another franchise that I absolutely love.
Yeah, I don't know if I
love the movie and I loved SG1. I never really got into any of the other shows. I watched all of SG1, the whole lot.
Watch Universe. It was great.
Universe.
Really?
I actually think it's better, to be honest.
Okay.
I loved Universe.
It could have, if they would have kept going, it would have been fucking incredible. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Universe was good, so good.
I think I've narrowed it. No, I can't really do it before. Fuck. I have to go Lord of the Rings.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely.
In there.
Let's see. Batman the Animated Series.
Woo.
There you go.
Let's see. See, I'm checked out of Star Wars. Normally I would have said Star Wars, but I'm checked out.
Snyderverse.
Uh,
Yeah, it's hard to pick Star Wars now because, like, you
yeah,
want to
like maybe
discount.
I don't know. See, because I'm going with like stuff that I grew up on more so, and so it'd be like Lord of the Rings, Batman the Animated Series. Probably would pick. Oh shit.
There are so many to choose from, aren't there?
I know.
Yeah, there's really a lot of great honorable mentions. Like I said, like the
Evil
Rocky
Dead.
movies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Evil Dead.
Wow. Okay.
Franchise. And
That's a fun one.
Yes.
Let's see.
Even the reboot.
See, if I was going video games, Assassin's Creed would be on my list.
Yeah. I haven't played Assassin's Creed, so I can't really say that. So probably as far as video games would still be Middle Earth technically, because my favorites are the Lord of the Rings games.
Yeah.
Probably for me.
I'll do another series I used to watch as a kid, and I'd say probably Tales from the Crypt.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Okay.
I agree. Yeah.
I mean, I like it, but that's like just gun to my head narrowing it down to 4 because I watched so much shit growing up.
I'm very disappointed.
Let's all make videos on
Police
it.
Academy.
What?
Oh, Police
Let's all make
Academy.
videos on what are our top.
Police Academy is
top
another
10
one that
franchises.
gets at least an honorable mention.
It'd be an honorable mention. It would be.
There's so many. It's like basically, it's like, what are your top 4? And I'm like, okay,
Yeah.
gun to my head, like top 4. But like, if you talk about like stuff that I grew up on that I love, like it'd be
There's
Place
a lot.
Mad Max. I want to name Mad Max. That's like an
Yeah.
honorable mention for me. The Mad Max movies, pre Fury Road, because that's not a Mad Max movie.
That's right, Mara.
Yeah,
That's
the American
right.
Pie franchise. I mean,
Yeah, there's so many.
It depends on what
Yeah.
you consider a franchise.
You
'cause,
could.
I mean,
It's good.
There's so many. I don't. That's why I don't like answering these. Like what are your
Yeah.
top 4?
Well, look at Steve. I mean, he even included X Files and shit in there too. I mean, that's a good one too.
Yeah.
I'd probably put Buffy would have to be an honorable mention for me as well.
Is X-Files really a franchise? I mean, it was a series,
Yeah.
but is it really a franchise?
Yeah, they had books and comics.
Oh,
but
yeah.
They didn't finish. That's the thing. It's like, give me a good finish,
X Files didn't finish.
They didn't have a good finish.
No,
It didn't.
It's still going.
Yeah, it didn't. Yeah, it didn't really. There was no satisfying conclusion.
I like the
It was
journey.
It was like
the
Lost.
mystery is still out there.
That's why I didn't include it.
It was like Lost.
I really like the journey. In fact, I
Lost
watch
was
the
better.
mythology episodes once every 2 or 3 years. But yeah,
Speaking of favorite movies, what is everyone on the panel's favorite, and even in the chat if you want to answer, your favorite Star Wars movie? I think I
Empire.
know everybody's.
A New Hope.
Okay.
Nice.
Yep. And
Yeah,
Greg?
I always vacillate between A New Hope and Empire. Depends on my mood.
Yep.
Right.
I do like
well-
A New Hope though. Like I really, when it gets to that end, that medal ceremony scene, it's just like I love that ending.
Mm-hmm.
It's just like
Yeah.
And
it's a
Empire's
good- and it-
ending is good, but it's just not like
Mhm.
it's not very it's not inspirational. It's not conclusive.
Yeah.
I don't have a favorite movie. They're all good.
It just, yeah.
I
I
like
like
the best.
I like. Oh, hang on, I've clicked on the wrong one. I like all the
Star
Star Wars, and then he gives us a that.
I kind of like them all.
They're just so good. I can't pick any.
Jack of all casuals,
Revenge of the Sith.
honestly. Oh, is that sorry?
Revenge of
I
the
thought it
Sith.
was
Revenge of the
I thought it was Rise of the Skywalker.
No, it would be
Revenge of the Sith.
TRON.
Yeah, no, I got it mixed up. That's good. Revenge of the Sith is definitely my favorite prequel.
Well, I've told you guys before it's my least favorite prequel and my least favorite of the original 6.
What's your favorite prequel movie?
Same as mine.
Attack.
Attack of the Clones. Yes.
Mine's Revenge of the
Yep.
Sith.
Attack of the Clones.
It's
I can
Mara?
see that.
for me. Attack of the Clones has got too many issues for me.
Yeah, me too. What's yours, Greg? Sorry.
Oh, the prequels?
Yeah.
Oh, Revenge of the Sith.
Yeah.
The Revenge of the Sith was the least kiddish.
Yeah.
So that's the one that I'm gonna naturally gravitate to. Clones has a good story, but there's too many things that take me out of it.
It's such a drag.
The C-3PO scenes, I
could do without
and it's not even like the cringe dialogue and romance between Anakin and Padme. Like some of those lines are pretty awful. You know, we all can quote the sand gets everywhere thing. Like it's not even that. It's the C-3PO scenes on Geonosis. I just can't stand that scene. Like every part of it just irritates the shit out of me. It is my least favorite thing of all the prequels is C-3PO.
Yeah,
it's not Jar Jar. It's not Boss Nass. It's not any of that. It's C-3PO. He's awful.
Not even Boba Brat.
Boba Brat is awful, but he's just in there for like really the one. So but yeah, Boba Brat in Attack of the Clones also really irritating. So that movie just irritates me.
What's your favorite? And again, everyone in the chat can answer. What's your favorite Star Wars moment? Now, keep it separate in comparison to a fight, because I'm going to ask what is your favorite fight. But what is?
Oh, I know.
What is
immediately.
What is your favorite moment in Star Wars?
Favorite moment would be a tie, and they're both in A New Hope. One would be Darth Vader's entrance.
Mm-hmm.
And 2, when Luke is looking at the binary suns.
Okay.
It's mine's not from my favorite Star Wars movie, which is funny. It's the scene in Return of the Jedi before Luke and Vader go see the Emperor, where they're talking on the bridge.
Oh yeah,
it's fucking amazing.
Yeah,
it's just
I do
my
like
father is truly dead.
It's so good. It's so good.
For me, it works either way, special edition or not. But after Han blasts Greedo, the way he casually tosses the credits on the counter is just fucking awesome. Like he's a boss.
Sorry about the mess.
Yeah.
Yeah. So fucking awesome.
I love it.
That's why he's my favorite character.
Yep. That's a good one.
But now he's not a smuggler, so you know.
Greg, did you answer? What's your favorite moment?
Moment. See, it's combined with the fight thing. So separate from the fight, I think the medal ceremony. I like the medal ceremony.
That's a good one. That's a really good one. Yeah.
Just like the music and everything, it was just really. It was cool.
Yeah. Stormtrooper hitting his head. Yeah, that was a pretty funny moment.
Don't just stand there, try and brace head something. Like some of the lines from, But I was going to Tashi Station to pick up some power converters.
Yeah. I'm going to give 2 as well, and I'm going to give a prequel one and a original trilogy one. My prequel one would have to be where Anakin is in the Jedi Temple and Padme, and they're looking across at each other.
Oh yeah.
And that intense moment where it's like, this is the turning point.
Yeah.
This is like the true turning point.
That scene is 100% made by the score there.
It's
you're absolutely right.
You
the
take
score
that
definitely
score out, and it just is.
I don't know. I thought Hayden sold.
I thought the performances in that
was his
scene
best-
were really
that was
good.
his best,
That's why it really impacted me that scene.
The emotion is in the music.
I agree.
said,
I agree.
think
It's the
Hayden did
same
a
with
good
the
job
Luke
with
Skywalker moment in The Mandalorian. The emotion is all in the music. You watch that without that music, and it's even more.
Oh, that's a
garbage
way.
than
I
already
think
thought it is.
that moment of Revenge of the Sith is way better than that right now.
Oh, absolutely. Later, dude. Thank you for coming by. I
Luke
appreciate it. You had some great jokes in there. I was reading through them. That's awesome. So be it, Jedi.
Jedi.
Yeah, there are some
I
great
love
moments
that
in
whole
there.
throne room.
Yeah, my
favorite fight, is the
original
long fight,
trilogy favorite moment is that's why you fail.
Sit.
When Yoda raises the X-wing.
Lifts the X-wing up.
Yeah. Like, I will say that whole training, essentially montage, for want of a better way of saying it, even when he goes into the cave, and the way that Yoda teaches Luke about the Force is very subtle. He doesn't give him any answers, but he gives him roundabout answers and makes him sort of think on that, Even when he tells him to clear his mind, he asks, is the dark side stronger? And he says, no, it's faster easier, more seductive.
Faster, more intense.
Well, I can't remember the exact line, but again, a lot of those moments. But I really love the bit where Luke walks up to him and he's in shock and he's like, "I don't believe it," and Yoda's like, "That is why you fail." Like, it's just an awesome, awesome scene. That would be my favorite OT moment, and yeah, the
Brightest Day is a good question. How about everybody's favorite Star Wars ship?
Millennium Falcon.
Ebon Hawk.
I think they're talking about putting characters together.
Oh no,
Luke and Leia.
Oh God!
No. Yes, I agree with that. I'll go with that right on. Right on. I'll go with that. Yeah.
Okay, so again, I said this.
Jar Jar in his left hand.
Favorite Star Wars fight. I'm a Jedi, like my father before me. That's an awesome, yeah.
Throne room scene. In
what, in Return of the Jedi?
Yeah, that's it.
Okay.
Fight. That's my fight.
Yep.
Yeah, that fight, that duel.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Tim?
Actual ship or characters?
No, fight. What's your favorite fight?
Oh, fight. Sorry, I was reading something.
Fight.
Oh, Empire.
Empire?
The duel,
No.
yeah.
Yeah.
It
That's
is
mine.
cool how Vader's like ripping shit off the wall and chucking that.
Yeah.
out.
Well, just,
Yeah.
It seemed
so
real.
badass.
Like, it wasn't like acrobatics and choreographed. You could tell they were just fighting, and Luke
wasn't a
barely knew what
dance
he was
number.
doing.
Yeah.
Loved it.
That's my prequel favorite fight is Duel of the Fates, and that's my second favorite fight in all of Star Wars behind the Empire fight. And then the throne room scene in Return of the Jedi is my third favorite fight, if I was to rank them.
Prequel fight. I don't know.
And I'll speak for Stieg. His favorite ship would have been the Moldy Crow
Yes.
from Dark Forces.
Interesting.
The Moldy Crow sounds like a sex position.
See, my favorite ship, like, yes, the Millennium Falcon, it's awesome. It's the easy answer. But if I was to go off, it's actually Anakin's Obi-Wan's Jedi. This thing. What's it fucking
From
called?
episode 2?
Shit. Nearly pulled out. Yeah.
Yeah.
You say nearly pulled out.
Yeah, I meant to say I nearly pulled my laptop off
pulled
the
out.
thing, but I said I nearly pulled out. Which
He pulled
is
out during
probably
the
going
That's
to
how
get
you become a daddy.
probably going to get clipped. This one, there's R4.
Yeah, I like that one too.
There he is there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that one.
Right behind my second favorite.
I just like
Anakin's
this
and-
one because the only way that it can jump into hyperspace is by going into the hyperspace rings.
I love
and it's like an extra attachment. I think it looks awesome. I love the ship.
It is a good ship.
It's a fighter as well as it can travel long distances as long as it's got the rings. And now I'm going to pull out my headphone jack so I can put this back.
Yeah, I still say
Mine?
Ebon Hawk.
Oh god, I mean, I wanted to go with Ebon Hawk, but I don't know. I can't really narrow it down because I want to say like also Slave One.
Not the
Yeah.
Shadow.
Yeah.
What?
It's not
Well,
the Jade
yeah, I mean,
It's
like,
got you there.
people, like
Yeah.
actually depicting like the actual because like yeah, her ship are in the books, but actual like visual depiction
Executor.
like Ebon Hawk and like Slave One.
Well, I'm going to go with the obvious answer. You know, after fixing a small issue with the thermal exhaust port, I'm going to go Death Star.
Because you could use it, right?
That's a battle station.
Absolutely. That'd be the ship I'd want to drive.
That's no moon.
It's not a ship. It's a space. It's a battle
space.
station.
I have an idea for a meme.
And then I'm going to cross over to the Star Trek universe, and I'm going to use it on Bajor.
TIE Defender.
Oh yeah, nice.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, another one that Disney ripped off and had to make a major plot point out of.
Yeah, that is another good fight.
Yeah.
That's the Anakin Obi-Wan
Obi-Wan.
fight, right? Or
Yeah,
Vader.
I'd say that's probably my favorite prequel fight.
I have the high ground. That reminds me. Come and watch the high ground on Jeff's channel.
Saturday night.
Sunday
I
afternoon.
Saturday night.
I think that fight you have to break down into like multiple sequent parts of it because there's like the beginning part I really like, and then the middle part not so much. You know, when they're outside on the bridge and jumping on the wires
Yeah.
and shit like that. I didn't care. Like, it was fine. Like it's not bad, but it loses the emotional tension. The emotional tension. There's a lot of action going on, but like there's a lot of emotion in the first scene. And, you know, actually like that dialogue that they have between each other, like, you know, my new empire, and, you know, that whole part. And then the ending part where it's like, you know, you were my brother, you know.
Yeah.
Like, because you to say that, like, that's my favorite fight. Well, that sequence is like really long between the start when they're on the platform to they're on, you know, he makes the stupid jump. That's a long ass amount of time.
Yeah. The
There's a
thing
lot
is,
that
though,
happens.
is the one thing that I noticed in the EU is that they mention a few times that I think I noticed it mostly in the Bane trilogy, in that final fight where Bane gets defeated by his apprentice, by Zana. They sort of mention how fights between, you know, Force users usually end pretty quick. And, you know, usually one can get the upper hand. But the thing that I love about that is, yes, it does go for a long time, but it just goes to show how sort of on par they were with each other when it came to this sort of thing. I mean, I think Obi-Wan knew that Anakin was more powerful than he was, but he obviously trained him, and, you know, that gave him some
they knew each
extra
other's moves so they could anticipate some of the attacks and things like that. So they were evenly matched because they were so well practiced together. And that makes sense. Like, the length of the fight isn't an issue by itself. It's just that middle sequence where they're jumping down. Like, that's just, that didn't work for me nearly as much, because it was more just kind of like running around and invading each other and doing acrobatics, and, like, swinging on shit versus actually like dueling.
Yeah.
You know, when they're dueling, it's awesome. And yeah, I like, most fights should end it quickly because they're dealing, you know, they're using lightsabers, and like, you don't get wounded from them very much. You kind of like
die.
Yeah, like if the other person's intent is to kill you, then like there's not really, you don't get a whole lot of flesh wounds. It's kind of like you get bisected.
Favorite score?
Through.
That's a good question, Jack of all casuals. What's your favorite score?
Jesus.
In Star Wars. Mine, I'm sorry, I have to go with Duel of the Fates on that one.
I mean, I love that one.
But
That's
if you go favorite section, then I would say that. Like, but score for, like, if you go like the whole movie.
Oh, yeah, okay. If we're talking that way,
Empire.
Is it Empire? Is it Return of the
Empire
Jedi?
score that much different than the original? I mean, it's all basically plays on the same theme.
See, I'm almost on Return of the Jedi for that.
I'd probably go with Return of the Jedi. I mean, I love the Force theme from A New Hope. Like, that score, but I'd go with Return of the Jedi over Empire because.
Is the Imperial March in The New Hope?
No, I don't remember it being in A New Hope. I remember it being in Empire
It's in
when,
Empire, that's
when
why I
Darth
would say
Vader lands on Hoth.
Yep.
Yeah, like, there really was no Imperial March. I mean, there was like different
yes, Imperial
like,
March was
there was
introduced
like,
in Empire.
like a different difference in the score whenever Darth Vader was on scene, but I don't remember that in The New Hope.
Yeah,
that's why I say Empire, because that's where the Imperial March was introduced.
Yeah, see, the Imperial March isn't like, I don't know if that's my favorite. I mean, I like it.
yeah.
Like, it's all good. Like, so we're talking about, like, you know, the difference
What do you
between
put
like
above?
an A
Yeah.
versus an A plus or something like that.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, true.
You know, so like, you know, to say like, oh, I don't like the Imperial March, is like, not that it's bad or anything like that, because all the themes, especially in the OT, oh my God, even in the prequel trilogy, like Leia's theme is great, the Force theme is great, the Imperial March is great. Like, there's so much. Still though, that Duel of Fates though, that I'm gonna say that's probably my favorite out of the six.
Yeah. Duel of the Fates for me. Binary Sunsets is definitely a good. Oh, how good is it, man? I love it. And if you actually listen to it without watching it, you can almost like watch.
I can picture the entire fight.
Oh, me
in my
too.
head listening to it.
I've watched it that many times that I swear I could sit there and just listen to that score of that fight, and I can watch the fight.
I think talking about Duel of the Fates or John Williams in a way was like one of the last Star Wars videos I actually did, because some schmuck was claiming John Williams was racist because of the vocals he used in Duel of the Fates.
Mm-hmm.
What?
Yeah, I mean,
What?
it was like a long while back.
The orchestra, the chorus.
The chorus. Yeah.
How is that racist?
I don't know.
I'd have to try to find the article. Hold on, maybe like see if I
think
can.
like how is a chorus racist?
They'll make anything that way.
Let me see if I can. I'm gonna go through my videos and see if I can, because I always link the articles in there. So I'm gonna try to go on my channel, find it. 'Cause like I said, it's probably back in like late 2019, early 2020 when they did this.
It's all racist, guys.
Yeah,
all
pretty
racist.
much.
Hello, Lisa. I was thinking about doing
how a chorus could be racist. I'm going to be stuck on that for a while. Now I'm going to be scrolling through your channel, Mara, to find that video.
To find that, yeah.
I'm trying to find it without clicking on the stupid playlist.
I was thinking about like doing a sort of like a watch through of one of my very early videos, but I might skip that tonight and maybe we'll leave that for next week. I thought it'd just be fun to go back and cringe over one of my early videos where I was still sort of really nervous and had to find my feet. So it'd be fun to watch one.
Can I do my favorite score?
Yeah, go. What's your favorite score?
Yeah.
When they're climbing into the gun ports, and then the music that happens during the fight when they're escaping the Death Star.
Yeah, okay.
You know, it starts like da na 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 na. That whole, it's just if that scene didn't have the music, it wouldn't be as good. It's just so heroic and actionable and awesome.
Star Wars without John Williams wouldn't have been successful.
Without him, without Chew and that other guy that edited it, without Ralph McQuarrie.
Yeah,
and George Lucas. Those are the four people that really made Star Wars successful. Because without A New Hope, without Star Wars before it was A New Hope, you wouldn't have had the rest of the franchise.
Yeah, but yeah, you can't really take any one of those things out. So
Nope.
it's not, you take anything out of a movie, of course, it's not going to be the same. But wow, that music really, that score is brilliant. It is nothing short of brilliant.
Here, I'll put the Washington Post article in the private chat. I found it.
It is pretty good. Again,
the comics article covered this article, but this is the original article.
We talk about you take the music away from that scene in Return of the Jedi with Anakin and Padme across the way. You take the score out of that. I still think it's well acted enough that you could still get emotion from it without the music. Obviously, Greg, you think differently, but I think the music definitely adds a lot to that scene, a lot, because it really builds. It really does build to this. Obviously, Anakin making that split decision into going. I just, you can't. I got to read the Revenge of the Sith novel, I think, because I really want to know
it's awesome. Yeah,
what he's thinking in that scene.
Oh God, yeah, it's probably one of the.
I want to hear the inner monologue.
Novelizations of a movie and just in general. But I just want to say, going back to the score, going back through John Williams' career, looking at some of the things in the movies he's been involved with. What are some of when you think of iconic things about Jaws? What's one of the most iconic things about Jaws?
Score.
Star Wars.
And he ripped that off. So
dun dun
Superman.
dun dun dun.
Superman. The Superman theme, John Williams theme. You know, which. Oh come on! It's really good. Like, I know you don't like and I'm not a huge Donner fan. Like, I like Man of Steel better, and I think I was so impressed that they could do a score that could live up to Superman compared to the John Williams score. But Indiana Jones, what do you think of when you think Indiana Jones?
Yeah,
Ford.
Dun, 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 dun. You know, just when you're talking score, obviously.
Mm-hmm. But I thought you were talking about first thing comes to mind. Yeah.
What's that?
You're talking about the first thing comes to mind in general, correct?
Well, it is one of the
first things that you associate, you think about when you think about those movies right away.
Mm.
It's the theme music for me.
Yeah.
In a lot of these cases, he's really, and he's one of the few people that in that profession that really has reached that level with so many different massive franchises and movies. Think of everything that he was involved with. God, what a legend.
Yep, I completely agree with that. And again,
there's certainly other good ones out there too. I'm a huge fan of the Horner's work and Wrath of Khan, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah,
yeah. There's some good. Some of the older movies have some brilliant scores, but that's when when it was really art. I think that's when it was more really about the art, and they were trying.
I think they just put more into the soundtracks or the musical scores than they do now. I think they're an afterthought now.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're probably right.
But I will say Zack Snyder is one I think that does know the value of a good score.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Jurassic Park. You think
Jurassic Park? There you go.
That theme music. Yeah, instantly these movies I associate with it. I can do the themes and I think about maybe I'm just really into musical scores, but.
No, I think you're absolutely right, though. When you think of these movies, you do think of what the music is that goes with them. If it's not the first thought, it's definitely a very early on thought that comes to mind.
Yeah, even non-John Williams stuff. You think of the Back to Future,
yeah,
you have the Time Machine, Marty McFly, and then that bombastic musical score to that movie. That really loud, over-the-top theme that runs through all three of the movies.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
It's a character.
Oh, Tim posted the link. That's okay.
Oh yeah, all of John Williams' music. He's looked at something that's kind of not very famous and kind of used it as inspiration, including Jaws, even the Imperial March. But it's from composers it's not Mozart or Beethoven and stuff like that. But yeah, that's definitely where he got the inspiration for Jaws.
Okay.
Well, I think when you think of music in particular, there's only so many combinations of notes, and
I don't know. So that's
you're gonna borrow
pretty obvious
and stuff like that.
But. There was, I can see Tim's argument, and I could also see Greg's argument because there was actually an old movie I was watching a while ago. I can't even remember what the title was, but they actually literally brought up something like that, where it's there's so many combinations of notes that have been used throughout the history of basically musical composition, that inevitably sometimes you would hear something and you think that be in the back of your head and you think you're coming up with something new.
Oh, that sounds a little like this. But
yeah, so you can see similarities in scores and things like that. Even in plot beats, there's similarities. So it's if you're going to complain about something being similar, two movies having similar plot beats, then start complaining about books having similar plot beats. Start complaining about all these things, because in the history of mankind, by passing down stories and everything like that, a lot has already been told.
I hear it, Tim.
But also too, these people.
Yeah, it's there.
Oh God,
these people draw inspiration from other things, so there is. The possibility that it does sound similar or something to something else, or it's seen, people get inspired by certain things. They might, but again, it's what that whole idea is.
All work is derivative at some level. All work is derivative. Nothing's entirely a unique idea. Star Wars, is heavily inspired by other things. So I won't. The only time, like with composers, that I get a little irritated is when the composers reuse their own stuff over and over again, and all their scores kind of always sound the same. And there's some composers that I really like that are guilty of that. Like that's one of the huge knock on Horner was that like all of his movie scores sound the same.
Mm-hmm. Well,
or
look,
he reuses a lot of themes from his own works. But I like, hey, if it works, I guess.
Yeah. Well, look, I'm sorry to cut it short there, but I am going to start wrapping this up. I really enjoyed this conversation, actually. I just sort of wrote down a couple of quick questions that, we can just go around and discuss. And, I know with the experience with these two up the top here next to me, we could talk about Star Wars and certain aspects of certain things for ages. That's why that score question was a really good question.
Yeah.
Like really, really good discussion. I actually like this. I might try and end a few of these casual rages off like this, where we just sort of sit down and I write down a few questions of a few things. Like I even have like
positive stuff. Yeah.
Favorite Marvel movie, favorite Marvel moment, favorite Marvel fight. Like I was just going to go through those, but we won't do that now. We might do that next week. But,
Nice.
My favorite Marvel moment is the snap.
I knew that was coming. That's why I left. Greg's on the panel. Greg's on the panel.
But also too, next week we might do, like I said, a watch through of one of my early videos, and listen to how slow I talk and how nervous I am and how uncomfortable I look. But guys, thank you everyone for coming on. Thank you everyone in the chat. Thank you for your super chats and thank you for your congratulations that you gave me everything. Again, I really appreciate everyone watching, liking, subscribing, sharing all of our videos. Everyone on this panel, even Greg, even though he doesn't do it anymore, thank you everyone for everything that you've done that's in the chat. I really appreciate it. And everyone on the panel, of course, thank you. We had Stig earlier. We also had Lyndon earlier, which was awesome that he got monetized as well. So very well done to him. Greg, thank you, my friend. Again, I appreciate everything. Is there anything that you want to plug or say before we go?
Nope. I got nothing coming up. I'm not really doing videos anymore. You certainly will not see Tuscan Bob reviewing the Bad Batch because Tuscan Bob wouldn't touch the Bad Batch with a 10-foot pole.
There's
Fair
the review.
enough.
There's the review.
There's the
There it is.
review. But you are doing trivia still, right?
Yes, although next week we are taking the week off, correct, Jeff?
Yes.
Next week?
The week off from trivia and Star Trek next week because I'll be out of town. Yes, we are taking a Monday off.
Awesome. No worries. Well, again, that'll be coming back then the following week. So that's all on Greg's on Jeff's channel. Sorry, and that'll be awesome. Jeff, speaking of you, thank you again, my friend, for coming on. And I appreciate everything, your help getting to where we are, and it's been an awesome ride.
I'm really happy for you, dude.
Anything that you'd like to plug?
High Ground this Saturday night with, of course, Raging Rhino here and Tim from Open Airlock Policy. I got a channel update video I'm going to have out today, maybe a Cantina video before the weekend, and Jason is coming over tomorrow, and we're probably going to review Godzilla vs. Kong, that monkey and lizard fight movie that just came out. That's kind of, so yeah, we're going to review that. He has a much more negative opinion on it than I do, so I'm looking forward to getting him on camera to do that. Our first movie review we've done together in a long time, so I'm kind of looking forward to this. So, but yeah. And next week, I won't have any content because I'll be out of town, but we will still have the High Ground a week from this Saturday, so we're not going to take those off at all. So, yeah, so we'll see you guys in the chat on High Ground this Saturday night.
Yes, we will. And Tim, everyone go and subscribe to Jeff, of course. Sorry, as it gets sort of really early in the morning, I start to sort of lose my concentration a little bit. Tim, thank you. Open Airlock Policy, thank you for coming on. Thank you for everything that you've done for me and assisting and everything. Anything you'd like to plug?
Well, tonight, Jeff and I are having a wrestling stream on my channel. We're going to talk about some of the little bit more modern stuff, late 90s, early 2000s. So be there. Tomorrow night, the spacing, we're going to talk about some of the same stuff we talked about tonight and some other stuff. So definitely be there. Mm-hmm. I'm working on a pretty long documentary. That's why it's been so long since I've had a video. So I'm doing a lot of research on it. Honestly, that's what takes more time than anything because I don't want to say anything that's not accurate. So I'm trying to double check sources and check third-hand sources and everything like that, so I can be sure that I'm good.
Nice.
So, but yeah, join us tonight. It's going to be fun.
Really looking forward to it, Tim.
Yeah. Yeah. Those guys, my friends from Four Corners podcast will be there. It'll be good.
Awesome.
Really
Everyone go and subscribe to Tim, Open Airlock Policy. Go and watch his videos. He's going to be one of the next ones to get monetized. Actually, speaking of monetization, also go and watch Steph, My Nerdy Homes videos. Again, I can't stress enough how much she deserves this more than I do. So everyone go and subscribe to
one
her.
other thing,
Go and
Rhino.
subscribe to Tim. Yeah, go.
Since we're not doing trivia and Star Trek next week, I'm probably going to have Babylon 5 Season 1 stream with Matt Wilkins is going to be there. He started watching the show recently, so I'd love to get his thoughts. He is committed. Teresa and maybe one or two others. So that'll be fun. One of those nights, my son swore to the U.S. military he's going to boot camp, so I got to take him out to dinner one of those 2 nights, and I don't know which yet. So
awesome. Well, enjoy that dinner.
Thank you.
Have fun. But yes, everyone go and subscribe to Tim, Open Airlock Policy. And we've got the beautiful Mara Jade Shadow. Thank you, Mara, for everything that you've done for me. I appreciate you as well. And anything that you'd like to plug, and thank you for coming on.
Oh, you're more than welcome. And I was going to say 2 things. One, I got your DM, Tim. I meant to message you that I could swing by tonight to give at least my thoughts.
Oh, yeah, awesome.
Wrestling about around that time.
Yeah, show up whenever you can, and we'll let you in for sure.
That'd be awesome.
And secondly, I have 2 words that can help you focus, Rhino. Tractor Quabs.
Thanks. Thanks.
But I don't really have anything to necessarily plug.
No, you know what you get for that? You get that. No, I'm joking. No, thanks. Go. Plug your stuff. Plug your stuff.
I guess this stream respects women.
Yeah.
Yep. I don't really have anything to plug because I actually have been looking through articles while on stream, and there really is nothing that I really want to talk about. So really, just find me on Tim's channel later tonight talking about wrestling. I'll try to get a video out tomorrow, but I'm kind of at a point where it's if something comes out and I want to talk about it, or I feel like it needs a rant, then I make a video. If not, then I'm not exactly on a set schedule right now. So so basically catch me Tim's channel tonight, try to do a video tomorrow, and then Saturday, Talk Nerdy to Us with Steph. We do a 10 p.m. Eastern. Basically talk about pop culture, news, and cringe, and I bought something to wear for the stream on Saturday night. If you want to see what that is, you have to tune in.
Nice.
Awesome.
And of course, tomorrow, I believe, we'll be on the high ground this Saturday night. Is that correct?
Oh, yes. I will be. Yeah, awesome. I generally jump off of my stream, and then I go on the high ground right after that.
Awesome. Oh, and just so everyone knows, I think we're going to have Sporking News podcast, at least for the first hour on the high ground this week as well. So that's going to be pretty awesome. So go over to Jeff's channel, subscribe. And as for me, I've got a video coming out in literally 7 minutes time. It's on the non-binary characters, so you can hear me just spew some words out about all of that garbage. I am planning. I actually wanted to do this video earlier in the week, but I just ran out of time and had other stuff that I needed to do. But I am going to still do a video on the Gina Carano thing, her being called a Nazi. So that will probably come out. And again, I'm still working on a few scripted videos, which should be out very, very soon. Jack of All Casuals sent a $2.99 super sticker, and it says "till next time" with the hippo. So thank you. And well, it says next time, but then he goes "till next time." So again, thank you, Jack of All Casuals. Thank you to everyone who super chatted. Thank you to everyone who supported me over the course of the last year. Like I said, liking, disliking, sharing, subscribing, all of that stuff. It's been it's been an honor. I was going to say a pleasure. It's honestly been an honor. So thank you, everyone. Blake as well. Daniel, all you guys, you know who you are. Thank you very much. I got nothing to play us out on, so I'm just going to leave. Bye, everyone. And don't forget, may the force be with you. Fuck.